Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is a Timeless Gamer Show, and where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain timeless. We are now on our 11th season. Hey, episode 101. Can you believe that? So for all of our previous episodes, you can still check them out by going to the YouTube channel of the Timeless Gamer Show, or you can check our website, timelessgamers.com, or you can also listen to us talk. That's okay. Just go to the major streaming platforms out there by searching in Timeless Gamer Show. And we would like to take this opportunity to show our appreciation to BitMap Books and Streamyard for allowing us to be their official affiliate. And of course, a shout out to our Retromantic cohort Studio.ph, Shuffle Emporium, and Retro Unlimited. And also a shout out to our retro gaming friends coming from the Sega Mega Master Show, podcast, and the retro gamers and the collectors of the Philippines. So previously on the Timeless Gamer Show, it was our 100th episode last week, and not just a casual conversation um, of how things were, from humble beginnings and how the show evolved, and a few questions been asked, and we answered a rare appearance by Sir Dan live. So um, just a simple a thank you and an appreciation to all of the supporters, to the watchers and the listeners of the show. 100 episodes later, 3 years later since we started doing this program. So for tonight, what a way to to open up the show for our season 11 premiere. It's all about the gaming waifus, basically. These are the video game female characters that, despite of their appearances, despite of their personalities and how they were written, you cannot help but love them. Okay, so this is different from what we did from season 1, which was video game femme fatales. Which are video game female characters who have spunk, who have some fight in them. Okay, this one a little bit more broad. Broad. Another term for for girls.
Nice play on words. Okay.
Broad.
And this episode's been brought to us by Miss Hinu and Sir Dan, of course. Actually, the evolution of the idea was female video game characters, and then Miss Hinu said, "No, gaming waifus." Okay, basically the same things. All right. So for the panel right now, we have Sir JDM.
Hello, guys. Good evening, and welcome back to the Timeless Gamer Show. And hailing from New Vegas, Eastern Visayas, Juan De Marcos of 123 Go.
All right, thank you for that, Sir
Let's talk
JDM.
about our
And
waifus.
Sir Joe.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is Joel Baklit, hailing from all the way to the other side of the world, over here in New Jersey, saying hi to everybody and thanking everybody for being here at the Timeless Gamer Show. We are going to be talking about gaming waifus today, a subject I know very little about, but I am always willing to learn. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And, maybe everybody can pick up a little bit of a tidbit and, a little bit of trivia here and there. I love trivia. Thanks very much. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir John. And of course, someone who knows waifus, hailing from Japan, Sir Drew.
Yeah, oh, welcome back. This is your Pinoy Otaku in Japan, but not in Tokyo. This is Tito Bernal Drew. I'm gonna be representing the land of the rising sun because also look like the sun, and I also look like the things that are in the chest of our waifus. And also, I do hope I survive the night if ever my wife does see this particular episode. And if I do survive, expect to see me on the next episode.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Drew. And of course, one of the co-makers of this episode, Miss Hidup.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in our show for today. So, episode 101. Fresh start, and I'm looking forward to today's podcast.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you for that,
That's a
Miss
waifu right
Renew.
there.
There's a wife right there. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory here. So when we did the femme fatale episode back in season one, I was not even a part of that show. I was working, so I was a little bit I was a bit broken hearted when I couldn't even participate on the live discussion. So this is my what's the term,
You're
retribution,
vengeance.
Revenge,
revenge, redeem, redemption
comeback.
episode.
Reclaim.
Come, all right. However, uh, we'll we're not going to be talking about as much as possible. I'm not going to talk about the characters that they mentioned back before in season one. So hopefully, with a fresh panel here, we'll have a little bit more variety. However,
The-
let's do some gaming news. We're bringing it back. Gaming news. We head back to Sir Joel.
All right, for gaming news, the big news for this week is that Game Pass, Microsoft Game Pass, the premier streaming and subscription service for gamers worldwide, suck it, Sony, is increasing its price. So because of how popular the service is and how well used it is here in the US, a lot of people stream games from it. Like we're talking like actual streaming. We're talking about the Netflix of video games. You don't download the game, you stream it from a different computer all the way to yours, no lag whatsoever. Because of how popular that service is, Microsoft has seen fit to increase the price. The price is going to be going up this coming September, September 12th, from what Game Pass Ultimate allows you to play all your games on your console and on your PC and whatever you have, your laptop, your tablet, your cell phone. Uh, Originally, it was selling for $17 a month. Now they will pay $20 a month. They will be paying,
Oh, sure.
yeah, they are going to be raising their prices a little bit for the ultimate tier, which is honestly, if you ask me, a very fair price and an excellent service. Hundreds of games at the tips of your fingers anytime you feel like it. AAA games, day one releases. I mean, you're paying that much money for Netflix anyway, and you barely use that. You just use that in the background, just playing while you're chopping up vegetables for dinner. But here, Microsoft Game Pass will be increasing prices, and the value is definitely there because for a video game, you play not just for the 2 hours for a movie, you play it for sometimes even hundreds of hours. So that is the big news for the week. Microsoft Game Pass is increasing its prices. It's a little hit to the wallet, but still very much worth it in my humble opinion. Back to you, John.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. And another gaming news coming from Limited Run, and here to bring that news to us, Miss Hinu.
Okay, so this is not really much of a gaming news, but like a heads up to the people who have played the original game in the PS1, this classic adventure game. We have Tomba 1 and 2. They're going to be remastered by Limited Run Games. Now, um, before this remaster was announced, I believe that the Tomba games were some of the most expensive PlayStation 1 games. Collectors will know this. So, to the people who are missing some of that good old nostalgia, or to the people who want to try something new, something wacky, something mystical, this is your chance. We're not sponsored. We're just letting everyone know that
I
hey,
mean, we
it's a
wish
good
we were.
chance to grab a piece of gaming history. Thank you. That will be all.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Hinu. So that's Tomba for the limited run release. So for all of you guys who are big fans of the Tomba games, I'd suggest get the one with the PlayStation motif, the PS1 motif.
Mhm. Yes,
All right.
Tomba, where you are a caveman riding Super Boink. Okay.
Thank you for that, guys. And we're bringing this back. Let's do a quick show and tell. Show and tell, guys. Who
Really,
has
really quick.
something
Let's
to
do this.
show for the class?
All
Let's
right.
go with Her Joel first. Her Joel.
Well, I'm just a very quick one. I saw this game on sale. I've been playing the Switch version and I've been enjoying it immensely. It's a game called Expeditions, a Mud Runner game. For those of you who are familiar with the Mud Runner series, it's a grueling driving experience. You are given missions to go through different terrains. In Expeditions Mud Runner, you were playing. No, in Mud Runner, you were driving giant trucks through mud and trying to deliver your payload to the mountains. In SnowRunner, it gets even harder. You drive trucks through snow and blizzards, trying to get your payload to different parts of the mountain. Here, it goes a little bit different. A Mud Runner game, is where you get a story of why you're driving those ginormous trucks up the mountains and trying to deliver your payload. You're a businessman trying to build your business, trying to earn cash, running trucks. It's a fun little game. It went down from $40 to $20. $20 being my magical price point when buying games. As again, the great Guybrush Threepwood says, never pay more than $20 for a video game. And that is my mantra when it comes to video games. Expeditions of Mud Runner game, $20 for the Xbox. That's my show and tell for this week.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Joel. And how about Miss Hinu? Do you got something for the class?
Yes, it's actually right here beside me. The Tifa illustration. Very, very apt for our topic for today, which is gaming waifu. This is an illustration that was made by the artist or slash illustrator Art Germ. I believe his real name is Stanley Lau, and he's one of the well-known illustrators, especially in to those who went to DeviantArt, to those who went to the website. What do you call that? I forgot. But anyway, he went to the Philippines and he said that he was selling some of his prints. So of course I went on ahead and got the Tifa, because of course. And then he also has a little sign here at the bottom right side. And yeah, it's been one of my most treasured possessions ever since.
I thought it was
Nice.
Stanley.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, no, not
it is
Stan
Yeah,
Lee.
Stanley,
also heard
Stanley, not
Stanley.
Stanley.
Mm.
No, not that.
Well, like Jomar says, uy, dede. Okay, anyway.
I'm drinking my coffee.
The big caboose.
I mean, all right. Next on the list is you want to go, Drew? Drew, let's do you.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So luckily I have something for show and tell, because I went and did a video game and toy hunt earlier, which I do hope you guys would check out later. I'll tell you about it, guys, on our shameless plug moments later. Anyway, I got a Hasbando, one of the OG Hasbandos, the living meme himself, Mr. Tidus from Final Fantasy X. So I got this for 2,400 yen. This is the 1/6 scale version. This is an artifact. This is not a play arts. Really, really huge figure. So 2,400. That's right. That's not even 1,000 pesos yet. So if you want a husband, a really, really big husband though, 1/6 scale of Titus, if you want that
Big
You
masculinity
do know
and
that
husband,
that
though.
statement goes
You
either
really
way,
had to
right,
use
Drew?
that.
Okay, fine.
anyway, husbandos need love too.
Question,
Although,
question.
yeah,
Anyway,
a
that's
little bit, a
this
little
is
bit of a
my show
conversion
and
for
tell.
those of you who are in the Philippines. Drew saying it's to 2,400 Japanese yen. It converts to about 887 Philippine pesos. Just letting you guys know.
Woo! Steal.
And that's from Surugaya. Anyway, so
Mhm.
if you guys go to Akihabara, do check out Surugaya. It has a lot of hidden gems just waiting to be bought. And anyway, that's it for show and tell. Really lucky for on getting this one for this price, and that's my whole shtick. I go and hunt for the cheap things that I enjoy the most. Anyway, back to
Mhm.
you guys.
All
All right.
right,
Thank you
Let's
for
and
do the
that.
laugh.
it's going to be JDM this time. JDM, you got something for us?
No, I'm empty-handed right now, but I have a list of utang.
Mm. Okay, list of utang, fine. Ano sa karinderya ba? Okay, there you go.
Don't we all do?
Yeah, at our local sari store. Okay.
We all have
Tune,
that list.
but tune in next week.
Palista.
Maybe I can find something
Yeah, that's
that's worth
fine. That's
worth
fine.
of show and tell.
That's fine. Although, let me ask you, JDM, did you get anything at the recent GOG sale?
Ah, yeah,
Mhm.
the first Just Cause game in
Nice.
GOG.com.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
for $1.03, so that's around
You
50
said
or
about,
60
yeah,
60 pesos.
yeah, about 50 or
So
60
that's
pesos. That's really cheap. I mean, it's because of the fact that the first game is kind of janky. It's very hard to control, sad to say. But, it's still very much worth it.
yeah. It
Mhm.
If you love Tomb Raider, it's something like that. That tongue
Yes.
controls. I know
Mhm.
Sergio will love it.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I got disoriented by the invert controls because in this game the invert is the normal
Yes.
and the normal is inverted, so it's mind blowing, mind numbing. Things
Understood,
that show it.
understood. But yeah, again, show and tell is not just physical stuff, it's also the stuff you've been buying on digital storefronts, of which I'm kind of guilty of. I'll talk about my digital purchases next episode, guys. But, if that's it, JDM, we'll toss it back to Joe.
All righty. So I only have one. I got Shin Megami
Oh,
Tensei Vengeance for the Switch.
Ooh.
Still on plastic though. So our local JV Hi-Fi here in Sydney had a $10 discount if you're gonna pay it in cash. So yeah, I might as well get it. I said, and one of the main reasons why,
Nice.
and I observed this, whether it's JB Hi-Fi, EB Games, or CEX, all of the majority of all Atlas JRPGs, they don't stay in the shelves for too long. So if you miss the
Mm,
mark buying them within the next 3 months, they're gone. Really. So
gone forever, never to be
um
found again. That happens. Yeah.
like like for example, like the Trails of when they released Trails of Azure for the Switch and the PlayStation, they only stayed there for just about that for that about that long, and then you can't find them anywhere else. If you're gonna buy one straight from eBay, they're gonna scalp you for it. So I said, okay,
Oh boy.
$10 off if I pay cash. Why not? Rather than waiting for it to depreciate, and then I'll miss my opportunity to get to buy one, a sealed copy that is. No, and I said,
No,
and besides, it's Atlas.
yeah.
You know,
To be
I
perfectly
trust
honest,
them.
Yeah.
I trust them more than Square Enix.
yeah. To be perfectly honest, my
Yeah.
general
Absolutely.
rule, the
The
Guybrush
shade.
Threepwood rule of waiting until the game is $20 only applies to the generally available games. If you're talking about specialized games, stuff that are usually produced in small quantities, it would do you best to pre-order it or to get the ultra special, magnificent edition, because those go fast and those don't stay on the shelves very long. So yeah,
No, they
for
don't.
in Joe's case, if it's the really hard to find stuff, rare stuff, stuff that is only going to be there for a short time, might as well get it in full price because you're never going to find it at that price again.
Yeah.
So, but for me, $20.
Atlus games are notorious for like flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Yes, Atlas. Yes, Atlas is
Atlus,
really good quality.
Falcom. The
Atlas and
Falcom.
game
Falcom.
Yeah,
begins.
Falcom.
Yeah,
In my
The
case,
game's
it's
Atlas and
Natsume.
Falcom.
developers
Really.
that
Yeah, in my
recreate
case, it's
Hollow.
Natsume. The moment that you see the logo
Mm.
Natsume, it's usually good quality games. Not so much about their
Uh,
Harvest Moon games recently, but
we
usually.
do not talk about
I
the
mean,
new Harvest.
Persona 3 Reload here only stayed for 2 months, and then you can't find it anywhere. I got it from Amazon.
There you go. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So goes our show and tell episode. Our show and tell feature of the episode. Sorry, I compressed that into one word. Now we go to the gist of the show. Joe, introduce our show captain.
All right, for the show captain for tonight, the one leading the charge this time, it would be Miss Hinu. Miss Hinu. So, according to Webster's dictionary, the definition of a waifu is.
Now you made me curious. Now I have to look that up. Okay, let's see if Webster actually has Wi-Fi.
According to Webster's dictionary, a
But
waifu
yes,
Really
is.
there?
Yeah, I'm curious now. But Miss Eno, a very quick reset of the camera. I think you're frozen.
Oh boy, hang on.
Yeah, very quick
Hang on.
reset before you proceed. But
You
while
know
we
what?
are waiting, let me just check. Let's see if Merriam-Webster actually has that as a definition. Joe, you
Let's
make me
just do a
curious.
quick.
about
How about a
those
quick shout out to the fans out there to chat? Sir JDM, who do we got down there?
Yes, a lot of people are looking for the big,
Boobs,
you know what. So
Memory.
let me
Memory.
start with
the mammary glands. Yes.
uh, Sir Raymond Orendes of Studio PH, looking for the big caboose.
Mm. No, caboose
We
is the
also
back.
have
Ah,
Carriage is
have
the front. There you go.
and we also have Mel Bryan with Stanley from, I think he's talking about New Vegas. Currently, I'm not in Cebu City, but I'm in Leyte. So, but I'm from Cebu
Mm.
City as well. So, thank you so much, Mel Bryan with Stanley from Bohol,
Mm.
and Jason Santiago of J Zion 88. Happy streaming, guys. Good evening. Long time no see.
Jason.
Also on Twitch, we have RayQ 09
Mhm.
saying, "Good evening, Timeless Gamers crew."
Mhm.
And we also have Jomenten of Jomarot, also looking for the humps.
Mhm.
And once again,
The love.
Raymond
Yeah.
Orende says,
Yeah.
"Suck it, Sony." He's quoting Ninong Joel earlier, "Suck it, Sony," when we were
Yes,
talking about the
absolutely. Yeah.
Xbox.
I mean, let's face it. Honestly, Sony has been very much playing catch up on here in the US because they saw how popular Microsoft Game Pass was. And it took them forever to set up PlayStation Plus for them to have a streaming service. They have the infrastructure, they have the audience. They just decided, PlayStation Plus is good as it is. People subscribe to it and everything. And Microsoft honestly ate their lunch in terms of the streaming side. Sony is now playing catch up. It added a streaming tier to its lineup, and it has been pretty abysmal when it comes to the numbers of of subscribers because Microsoft Game Pass is very entrenched here in the US already. Lots of people are subscribed to Microsoft Game Pass, and they have been kind of weaned from the Sony, what's the right word for it, from the Sony ecology ecosystem. So they got Microsoft Game Pass. They don't even need an Xbox to play Xbox games. They can just stream it on their laptop. They can stream it on their PCs. They can stream it on their cell phones. Before you know it, you're forgetting that you even had a PlayStation. And Raymond already actually said it correctly here in the chats. He didn't even bother to renew his PlayStation Plus. And honestly, the only reason I'm keeping my PlayStation Plus is all those free games that I already claimed from long ago. They're sitting in my library, and if I feel like playing some of them, at least I can still download them and play them. But I never even bothered to even pay for the higher tiers that allow me to stream all these games, these monthly games, because of the fact that I've already got Microsoft Game Pass. And Sony's pickings aren't very attractive to me. All the stuff that's showing up on Sony's streaming service have just been stuff that's been on Microsoft Game Pass for forever. I had the chance to play them already, and they're only now showing up on PlayStation Plus. Welcome to the party, Sony. You guys are 5 years late, so.
And you know what's
We got someone here from. Oh, go.
Go ahead, JDM.
You might as well just read this one from Singles Alliance Official. Manonood sana ako sa YouTube. Pag open ko, na thirst trap ako doon sa thumbnail.
Singles Alliance Official. You will be getting your desired content very, very soon.
What do we call that? Honey trap.
Honey pot, yeah. Well, no, you will be getting
trap.
your desired content very, very soon. And as Raymond Orendes put this very, very eloquently. Let me just show us on the screen. Read it out to me, Drew.
Day.
Day. Fine, okay.
We want some day.
Day.
Day. Fine, okay. To avoid.
Well,
censorship.
imagine there's your price when they click the thumbnail, expecting the big twins, and what they saw was a mustache bald man.
I mean, right now it's a sausage
excitement
party.
was like suddenly, what the?
Well, right now it's a sausage party, but once Miss Hinu comes back, actually, while we are waiting, would you like to do, let's do a very quick definition of what we understand a waifu to be. Joe, you are the most well versed when it comes to that kind of the culture. What is a waifu to you?
Oh my god. What does a waifu mean to me?
Oh my god.
So a waifu is a wife for life, basically. Someone it is someone that you can hypothetically imagine spending the rest of your life with, attending to your needs, and despite their personalities and their attitudes, you still love them for what they are. That's the very definition of the waifu for me.
Okay. The bare definition of a waifu for Joe is somebody that you can imagine leaping out of a video game and spending the rest of their life with you in real life. So, yeah, that's a good enough definition. And I would tend to agree with that. Until Miss Hinu comes in, I guess we can move up her presentation a little bit. Miss Hinu prepared a little something for everybody. And until she comes back, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do the waifu quiz, Joe, to kind of set everybody's mind into the proper frame.
All right. Well, you are here for a reason, guys. So let's do a quick mini game. It's called Guess That Waifu. This is presented. This mini game is presented to us by Miss Hino, and here she is now.
There you go, Miss Hino.
Yes, finally.
Everything all right?
Mother friggin' Murphy said hi, He gave me Murphy's Law and
oh yeah, absolutely.
everything can go wrong, blah, blah, blah.
It
You know, the
will. Anything
usual.
that goes wrong will.
Everything
We
can
set up
go wrong
your
will
blue
go
team for
wrong.
you already, Miss Hino.
Okay.
Great
Am,
start.
Mm-mm.
am I
All
What
really
right.
happened
getting a
when
quiz?
I was away?
Oh, there you go.
No,
The
there
answers
goes
are
for
coming in
Raymond.
hard and fast into the chats already. So,
There goes for Raymond. 1 point.
Oh, you're playing the game. Nice.
yes, let's do that. There you go. So, we are showing a little bit of hip, or shall we say thigh, and Raymond got it right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious who this one is. Nick, move on to the next slide. Joe.
Moving
Holster.
on to the next.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
There you
that
go.
is
We have Lara Croft. It's pretty obvious as to who that one is. For those of you in the audio portions, you guys will be missing out on half the experience, but we are doing a quiz right now and showing a particular body part of a potential waifu and having everybody guess. All right. So,
all right. So let's do a quick impressions on this one with Lara.
mm.
She was the poster girl of the PS1.
Oh yeah,
Let's.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Mhm.
Mm.
And
Anybody else
and she
agree?
was the one who
All right.
caused quite
And
a stir with the rumors that there was actually a nude code for the game. And this
yeah.
is one of those stories. This is the one of the stories. No matter what country you are from, kids would be talking about. Oh, there's a nude code for this for the Tomb Raider, yeah." And this is worldwide. This is worldwide,
Mm.
and this is not true. There's no nude code, but
Yeah, it was it. If you guys want, you can check out our Urban Legends episode here in Timeless Gamer
Yeah.
Show, one of our past seasons. Okay,
I can see her bra through that top.
but yeah, Drew said it best. It's the fact that it was a worldwide phenomenon. All the kids were trying all the button combinations, trying to look for that nude code.
Yeah.
Sad to say,
Of
And
course they
nobody hit
were.
on. Mhm.
we also have this one comment from Kuya Raymond who says
Mm.
it's the first patusok na day day.
Oh yeah,
And
yes,
it's because
they
of
did.
the
Shout out
Literally
to the Pointy Day
mountains.
Days.
yes, it's because of the limitations of the PS1 back
yes.
then.
You know
So
how many polygons
there's
the PlayStation One
yeah,
could render at a particular time. Okay,
and right. And
all right.
and
But we
recently
still
we have
crave for the
seen
Pointy Day Days.
yeah, and there are actually cosplayers who are
Doing the PS1
yeah,
version.
Doing
doing
the
Oh yeah.
polygon
doing the
version.
costumes for the
If you're
PS1.
gonna
Same
be
way,
if,
yeah.
if you're gonna be cosplaying Lara, you have to be faithful to it. You have to do triangular boobs. Okay.
Yes. And maybe we
Yes.
can do the code.
All right. Next quiz. Sorry. Next question. Visual question. Click on the next button. Jump.
Who that?
Chun Li.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Three,
All right.
5, 4, 3,
Chun Li.
2, 1.
Drew got it right off the bat. Okay.
Dump,
We are
dump
showing
Yep,
laser.
that's correct.
a thick spike bracelet
Thick,
here,
thick,
which is obviously
thick thighs.
yeah,
Save
there you
lives.
go.
The-
I think Raymond and Riku got the answer neck and neck exactly at the same time. Chun Li, you guys are really good at this. It's pretty obvious that people have been staring at these characters for a very long time for them to be able to identify.
Years, decades.
Okay,
And we
ever,
have
ever since I've been in the arcade, that's the waifu.
yeah, there you go.
That's the OG. That's the first
not
lady of
until not until Kami came along and the new challengers, right?
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's do the next one.
Bayonetta. Cereza.
Okay. There you go. We are showing a high-heeled shoe, which is also a gun. I'm thinking it's pretty obvious to players who, all right, Raymond is really batting 1,000 today. Raymond Dorendes is batting 1,000 on our guessing game. All right. Miss Hino, who
Legal
is this one?
possession of weapon.
Hang on.
Once
Mhm.
once
My
once you
screen.
watch Cereza, you can go back.
Hey
Once
guys, you
play
know
that
what?
game, any other game is tame.
Yep. Yeah. What was this? What you were saying, JDM?
I'm looking at the chats and there's this deviant one who's describing a different, like the first one is a holster, then it's a day day, and in the next character it's the day day again. It's Joe M10. He's not really he's answering but with the different answers.
Well,
Well, I mean, heck,
Sir
it's
Domar is a man with focus.
a little bit of trivia with Bayonetta. That's her clothes are actually her hair. You know. There you go. All right.
Oh, today I learned.
All right. Next,
Hair,
next.
it's hair from her head, not
Uh-huh.
hair from down there.
I mean,
Okay.
Not to be confused.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay. Next.
Tifa. Tifa. Tifa.
Truth.
Tifa Lockhart. Tifa Lockhart. OG version. This is the
Mhm.
PS1 artwork version.
All right. Oh, Rayq got this one very quickly too. Rayq09 on Twitch did get it very quickly before Raymond. There you go.
The
We have
benefits of
yes.
having a fast internet.
Well, to be fair, Sir Raymond doesn't play JRPG, so
Oh, there's also that. Yeah, that's true. Raymond kind of
I
loads JRPGs for the slow
you
pace.
know what?
no, I think
Miss Hino could have made this more difficult if she
Mhm.
just put the square on her boobs. It could have been anyone.
Well, that's true. That's
You,
very true. You were
you
about
know
to say
what? You're right.
JDM.
the reason why Kuya Raymond is having a like a delay in typing because he's typing with one hand.
One hand. I would not be surprised.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
Oh,
very true. That's very true.
oh,
Hmm.
makes
All
sense.
Oh,
right.
that's the challenge.
All right. Move on to the next picture, Joe. Yes, it is Tifa. Let's do 5 for this segment. Then we'll save the rest for a little later.
Oh,
Okay.
Samus.
Good idea.
All right. There you go. So we have, it looks like an arm cannon and a gigantic shoulder pad
Samus
Mega
from
Man.
the Dread
on
series.
the
Mega
Metal
background.
Dread Samus.
That's Mega Man.
Yes.
Roll.
All right. Okay. Yep. Agreed. It's Mega Man. Okay. Now, everybody knows who this is. It is Samus Aran from Metroid. All right. We will be continuing with a few more pieces of guessing game later in the segment, but now we are tossing it to Miss Hinu. Show captain, take it away.
Okay, time to steer the spot. So as mentioned earlier by Jo and Joel, here in the Timeless Gamer podcast, we had a previous episode about Femme Fatale. So I wasn't part of the team yet during that time, so I didn't really know who like the characters that were mentioned. But let's have a little definition first so that we can differentiate a waifu from the femme fatale. So, for femme fatale is, according to Wikipedia, thank you, Wikipedia, is a mysterious, beautiful, and seductive woman whose charm ensnares her lovers. So there's a bit of mystery, a bit of more mature adult allure to that character. So that's the femme fatale. Now, when we're talking about the waifus, according to Urban Dictionary, so the term waifu is normally used on the more geeky, nerdy circles. So, like the anime, the manga, the cartoons, and the video games. So, waifu is just like the Japanese English term for the word wife. Um, it's a broader term compared to femme fatale. So you can have femme fatale type waifus, you can have waifus who are the cutesy, you can have tomboyish waifus. So a lot of characters can fall under the waifu umbrella. So right now, we're gonna talk about, our panel is gonna discuss who their top waifus are. Top one only. I know a lot of us has a lot of waifus there, but for now, we will mention who is our top one and why. And let's see if we would still have time remaining later, if we can, do a quick round, a lightning round of the honorary mention waifus. So let's go ahead and start with the question. Joel,
Well,
please. I
no, no,
know
no.
that this is not.
It's not my forte, but I'll toss something in. Thanks very much, Miss Hina.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, who would you consider that is closest to a waifu
Ah,
among your
goodness.
years of gaming experience?
In terms of gaming experience, it's a little limited for me because of the fact that I tend to go into the hardcore action driving kind of genre. Fishing, it's kind of hard to find a waifu in fishing games, but we are
Arawana.
yes, we are. If I was to choose one waifu of all the games that I've played, I would say the first thing that comes to mind would probably be Princess Hime, Princess Kiri from Legend of Kage. I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with that one. It's one of the original little damsels in distress games that I played on the Japanese Famicom.
Oh
Uh,
no, the real waifu of
yes.
Drew is there.
Oh, there you go. Hello, hello. There you go. It's nice to see you. And yeah, Princess Kiri, or the Hime, the princess of Legend of Kage, video game on Japanese Famicom, because you know I got really invested in her as a character, despite the fact that she didn't say anything, she didn't do anything. I guess it's the hero complex in me. When you are in a video game, you want to save the damsel in distress, and it's the shogun's daughter. She is the one who is, she was captured by ninjas in the intro sequence of Legend of Kage. These ninjas come flying and pick her up from the ground, take her away to a Japanese castle. You, the lone ninja, are off to battle through hordes and hordes of ninjas, red ninjas, blue ninjas, black ninjas. Some of them have different fighting patterns and everything. At the very end of it, you get to rescue the princess from the castle and escape, and she gets taken away again. It's Mario before Mario, but Princess Kiri, or the Hime of the Legend of Kage games, that is my choice of waifu. I just imagine of how grateful she will be once I, as a lone ninja, go rescue her from all these sorts of other ninjas, and how grateful she will be. And you know, uh, we'll just leave the rest to imagination of how thankful she'll be with you when you guys are alone together. All right, back to you, Miss Hinu.
Well said, well said. I also like
Mm.
the fact that you mentioned that you like this particular character, even though she said she didn't even have any line of dialogue or
Mm.
any complex backstory. And
Mm.
that's the nice thing when it comes to media in general. Like, um, as far as I remember, for example, in anime, one notorious one is in K-On, the band, the high school band anime, and they were just showing the classroom and they were just flashing some of the students in the classroom. And then there was this one character that was cute, and then she exploded in the internet. People kept making fan arts of her. She didn't even have a line, and then comes season 2 or several episodes later, she suddenly has another appearance, and this time she has a voiced line. So
Mm.
as long as you get attracted to a character, doesn't have to
Mm.
be a deep attraction or whatnot.
Mm.
I think that can count as a waifu.
And take note, she shows no skin. This one shows no skin. Princess Hime shows no
Mm.
skin in the entire game. And she has no lines. She shows no skin. You are able to write the storyline in your head as to how the story goes for Princess Kiri from Legend of Kage. So that is my choice of waifu. I have a runner-up if we have a little bit of time later, but well, let's
Yeah,
proceed.
thank you for that. Okay, let's go on ahead to our next panel. Drew, Drrr. Is the wife
Oh, it's
still there?
me.
Is the real wife, the real
Yeah.
life wife still there?
Oh,
Oh
Yes,
boy.
I
The
excellent.
proof
already
safe.
explained to her about the episode, and apparently I am marked safe for this episode, so I
Yes.
could go ahead and simp. I think so. Anyway,
And that's
my
why
son
she
was,
decided, to kind of, mark her territory. All right,
yeah,
you can
she
go ahead, but
already
I'm right
did.
here. Okay.
Asserting dominance. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, when speaking about top one waifu when it comes to video games, it's actually a really, really difficult question, especially for us who actually not only, especially for JRPG lovers, because we get to spend more time with so many of these characters in our journeys. We spend hundreds upon hundreds of hours when we take somebody to our party and we get to spend time with them. And JRPGs really do have a tendency to make you feel this connection with the waifu. You have the cookouts, you have the mini games wherein you even go and date these characters. But um anyway, I'm just gonna try and really pull back a bit from the common ones, because we all know that the first female video game character that we tend to have a connection with is the first female video game character that we have played or something along those lines. So for me it would definitely be Chun-Li, because I didn't play the NES version of Metroid. I didn't know that she was a female. So my first connection with a 2D character is definitely Chun Li. But I would not be talking about her because she's been not really overused. She's the first lady of video game characters, in my opinion. Even if Samus was the first female video game character, everybody associated with either Chun Li if you were an arcade guy, or Lara Croft if you started with the PlayStation era.
PlayStation. Mm.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with Gwendolyn from Odin's Spear, because this
Wow.
particular game this Vanillaware game, this is a very beautiful hand-drawn game. And there's three waifus here. Mainly is Mercedes, Gwendolyn, and Velvet. And Velvet is the sexiest one. Mercedes is the you know the and here's the main waifu. And
Did you finish
she's
your sentence?
yeah, she's actually a real definition of a waifu, because she actually becomes the wife of Oswald. And she was actually very reluctant. And not going too much into the spoiler territory, it's like the story of Cupid and Psyche. If you are into the Greek mythology, I really like the development of her character and Oswald's character. A really, really beautiful written story that by the end of their story arc, you would actually really, really love how their character develop into into that unbreakable bond that they eventually get. Actually, their Odin Sphere is three beautiful separate love stories rolled into one complete package that I really do recommend people to try and experience, since it is widely available. It has the Odin Spear Electrosphere version. You could get it on the beta. It's on the PlayStation Store, I think. On the PlayStation 4 also, so it's hugely available. One of one of the best games of Vanillaware, and they have lots and lots of waifus. And if you want to go into the sci-fi route, please do also check out Aegis Rim 13 Sentinels. Lots of waifus and husbandos there.
So
And Miss
many.
Venus
Oh my
gonna
Holy
god.
be
shit for that.
she's gonna be
Oh my
agreeing
god.
with me on this one. Anyway, that's it for me.
Bisexual
Oh, that's a
heaven.
Gwendolyn,
waifu right there.
waifu quality character in the
So
video game
meaty,
series.
mighty
And
juicy.
before I end, wait.
Before you finish,
Yeah.
okay?
Before I finish,
Oh,
here's this.
finish.
Nice. Very cool.
Now
Hang
that's
on.
a climax.
Up,
Show,
up,
show,
up.
show that off again, Drew.
Put,
Show it off again.
put back.
Very nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
very
All right.
nice.
All right. Turn it around.
It
Okay.
comes with the
Turn,
wings.
turn it around.
Yeah.
Turn,
Tilt,
turn it
tilt,
around.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
Tilt it
tilt,
around.
tilt.
No,
Tilt.
no.
The other way. Turn it
There
the
are
other way.
children watching this show. What are you
I know
guys
that's true.
doing?
That's true. That's true. All right. Thank you for that, Drew. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Very good. All right. We have some people chiming in the chats who's just wanted to say hi to everybody who are coming in. There's Andrew Koa, whose choice is Luna from Lunar Silver Star Story. Good choice, Andrew. Very nice choice. And of course, we also have Marlon Hortades Liscupides, who says his choice is wow. That's a really good choice, Marlon. Mai Shiranui. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, very bouncy, very bouncy. Excellent. Okay.
Mamma.
All right, who's gonna go next? Miss Hino.
Um, so going back to what Drew mentioned earlier, I do agree with him that a lot of us tend to gravitate towards the characters that we have first met, uh, or a game that we have first played, or one of the first games that we have played. And I really do agree with that because some of like my most memorable experiences and some of my favorite games slash characters are games and characters from my childhood. So I can really relate to that. And I really appreciate that Drew also mentioned that he's going for like a niche waifu, one that's not really well known. So right now, people are more familiar with the Tactics JRPG game, Unicorn Overlord. So Odin Sphere is made by the same studio. Um, I believe that Vanillaware, the studio, is currently in dire straits financially. So if anyone had a great time with Unicorn Overlord, as well as 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, aka the Bisexual Dream, please go ahead and check their previous games. And when one asks, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you think of Vanillaware? It's always Odin Sphere slash Gwendolyn. So she is the poster child for Vanillaware.
Mhm. Although there is also Dragon's Crown, you have to think about that one. Mhm.
Ooh.
That's the more chunkier version of
yeah,
Vanillaware.
absolutely.
Nobody
For
can
those
stop
who
Amazon and Sorceress.
Mhm.
Nobody. Nobody.
And for the foot fetishists, there, Dragon's Crown has certain illustrations.
okay.
Anyway, couldn't let
Okay. We're
we're not
going
touching that
places
too much.
tonight.
Okay,
We
all
are
right.
going places
Yeah,
tonight.
we're not
Where
touching into that too
the
deeply.
illustrations on Dragon Crown, in all fairness, could really fill in the whole screen.
Agreed. Agreed. Yes. All right, back to you, Miss Inu.
There's Vanillaware has some of the greatest illustrators, and it's nice that they're preserving like the 2D side scroller style of games because a lot of games tend to gravitate towards the 3D side. So, okay, let's go on ahead to our next panel. Let's go on with Joe. Who
Oh,
is your
me.
top one waifu and why?
Let's go.
This uh this is hard. And
Are
I
you
mean,
No,
hard?
it's
no,
hard.
no,
Oh, I'm
this is
sorry.
hard. This is hard. And thinking about them makes it harder.
Oh my
Mm,
god.
Hello.
of
This is a
course.
family show, everyone. It's a family show.
It
All right.
is,
Mm.
it is. Barely.
It is a
Okay.
family show. Things get harder every
Yeah.
time. Okay. It's a waifu special, guys.
Yes.
So
Mm.
so I said, okay, a maximum of 10. And I'm like, okay. And I have a few. All
Maximum of
right.
10.
But okay, in passing. So I got in no particular order, I got Anne Tamaki from Persona 5. We got Mitsuru from Persona 3. We got Celine and Opera from Star Ocean 2. We got Mila Maxwell from Tales of Celia. Judith from Tales of Vesperia. And Tyr from Tales of the Abyss. And we got Rebecca from Wild Arms 5. And Luna from Lunar Silver Star. So out of all
Mm.
of these girls, I said, if I so hypothetically, if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with one of them if they're willing to have me. Okay. Uh, your mileage might vary. Okay. I would go with Luna. Luna from Lunar the Silver Star. Why? Um, Grew up in a village, so she knows the village life, the simple things. Okay, so based from what we know from her, if you play the games, so most likely she knows housework, she knows farm work, she knows village work, pretty independent really. She's smart and she's a good singer. And
Mm.
hey, I sing from time to time. Like if I'm going to choose someone, not just based from their appearance, I would fall in love with their talents. In this case, in her singing ability, we'll make good music together, really. And
Mm.
aside from that, of course, when she transformed into the badass version of herself, holy shit, she has some ass in her. Okay, all
Can
right.
you show us some pictures of the before and after?
Oh no, I mean
Yeah.
she's pretty well covered up. Okay,
Mm.
when she's during, during the first half of the game, and then
Mm.
later on, I wish I can show it to you guys, but yep, she's hiding some massive curvatures down there, right beneath all of that clothing, all that skirt, statutory even. Maybe I'll wait for her to turn 18. Maybe,
Oh,
but uh, let, let's wait for her to mature a little bit more before we can tap that. All right, it's a family show. It's a family show.
Well, to quote an '80s song, "Baby's Got Back," right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh God, she got back.
Yeah, there you go.
My son is actually listening at the at the podcast. Come show yourself. Come show yourself.
No,
Show
no,
yourself
no,
in the camera.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
in my defense,
No.
out of all, out of all of the, I mean, out of all of these girls that I mentioned, like half of them are beyond 18, beyond legal.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
Oh
mm,
the
yeah.
mm.
other half barely legal.
My son actually has a very particular comment, and he's really praising Sir Joe.
Oh, I
He
want to
said,
hear it.
he said,
Go ahead.
he said, tell him, tell them what you said.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the comment.
Special guest.
Anyway, he said, out of all the panelists, Sir Joe RPG is the one who came in prepared for this show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I came
Joe
Can't you
is
see?
our
prepared.
resident expert when it comes to
Uh-huh.
waifus. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I came prepared and I came again.
Yes, there you
Yes,
go.
yeah, you
Exactly.
did.
Of course you do.
And
Oh
he'll
my
keep
God, I'm
coming and
having too
coming
much
as we
fun
go.
with
And
this
I
Okay.
came on
show.
top.
You sound like Valvenis, Joe.
Oh my
Hello,
Definitely.
ladies.
It, no, it's better to sound like Balbenis than to sound like
Rick
Goldust.
Gold Dust.
All right. And I want to say something about what Miss Hinu's holding, but I'm afraid the show's going to get censored. Anyway, continue.
Hey, nice work.
Special. Since this is a waifu episode, of course we can't have a waifu episode without a cat cat guest. So hello.
I don't want to say it. We're gonna get
No, we don't.
canceled. We're gonna get
Yeah. We have a cat cat a cat guest.
Yes,
a very
feline.
hairy. Mhm.
Very,
Okay.
very feline.
Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. Joe has showcased his choice. All right. Now we come to.
Hang on. I about what Joe said earlier.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What he liked about the character is that sometimes we tend to gravitate to the characters that we have like the same interest or values with. If you're someone who's into the fast paced life, you might tend to go to the more mature characters or the more adventurous ones. If you're someone who wants to like live a simple life and stuff, you're gonna go with like, you know, the modest ones or the silent or the shy ones, or the one who knows like how to work in the house or whatnot, take care of the kids, or be independent. So I like that the answers of the panelists for today, tell something about each of the panelists' personality and tastes. Of course, Joe has a lot of tastes, and
Yes,
I have a lot of taste, and I wish
very
I
mm,
could,
Variety of
and
taste.
I wish I could taste them. Oh,
tasty.
I forgot.
good
I
taste.
forgot to mention. We got Sarah and Emma from Trails of Cold Steel 3. Yeah, there you go. I mean, Trails of Cold
Yes,
Steel. Period.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Sarah and
Sorry.
Emma, Trails of Cold Steel.
I have so many waifus for that series. Anyway, let's go on ahead to our next panel. JDM, let us know who
Okay.
your number one gaming wife is.
So for me, I'm not really into waifus as like Ninong Joel, but for me, it's the reverse of what Ninong Joel said earlier. He said he's into damsel in distress. Here, for me, it's like I'm the damsel here because
No.
this character, this waifu is, I think if you mentioned earlier, a waifu is like a wife material. So for me, if this character is going to be my waifu, then I will be like set for life, and she will. I believe that she will fight all of my battles for me, and it's
As
go.
Tito Vic and Joey would sing, maskuladang shota. Okay, got it. Okay, continue.
Yes. So it's going to be
He
Jill
doesn't like wearing the
Valentine.
pants.
Mm. Sorry,
It's going
JDM.
Ah,
to
Yeah.
be it's going to be Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil
Okay,
series.
okay, okay. Mm-mm.
You know,
very nice.
I could have picked these waifus from Metal Gear Solid, but if you look at those characters, those female characters, they don't have enough backstory as much as Jill Valentine had, because
Nice.
yeah, it's with Jill Valentine ever since the first Resident Evil. Oh, look at that!
Mm-hmm.
It's this is the if I
Woo.
say the latest iteration of Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil 3 remake, and it's
JDM, you got your
um
second warning from Raymond already.
yeah, that's because if you don't already know, Jens, it's Kuya Raymond is our Resident Evil fan, and
There you go.
into
A
Resident
little bit
Evil.
closer. A little bit closer. A little bit
Okay,
closer, Sergio.
There
okay,
you go.
someone's
A little bit
flexing.
closer.
Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go.
There you
Nice.
go.
I
Somebody
can see
said
her.
backstory.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the back.
that's the back
Show the
story.
That's
backstory.
the back right
That's
there.
a good backstory right there.
That's a good
Baby's got
backstory
Back.
back
right there.
too. There you go.
She looks good on that latest iteration of Jill Valentine, but for me it's going I'm going for the original um Jill Valentine in the first Resident Evil game, because um if you haven't if you didn't know the lore of Resident Evil, Jill Valentine is one of the main characters in the game. Was in ever since she's been in the first game, and back then she was still a rookie. Although she already had experience, military experience. I think it was not sure if it was with US Marines, or was it, I think it was Delta Force before she became stars officer in Raccoon City. And ever since the Spencer Mansion incident, she has been surviving. She even fought her own battles, escaping the outbreak in Resident Evil 3. Uh, pa- because she kept surviving even though at the odds of not escaping the outbreak, she was able to manage to escape it. And if you progress in the story, if you have played all of those spin-off games, you can see more of her backstory. And yeah, let's make this as a reference in the photo that we have here. So
Mm.
Resident Evil 1, she's still a rookie. In Resident Evil 3 is like a months after the Raccoon City out. I mean, it's months after the first game. She's trying to escape the city because she knows she can no longer live in Raccoon City. And then you also have Resident Evil 5. We haven't seen her in the past few games like Resident Evil 4. It was focused to Leon Kennedy. So she re-emerged in Resident Evil 5 where she become brainwashed and he was turned against his former team member Chris Redfield, and she was injected this Ouroboros virus um, because she's already immune to the viruses that are created by Umbrella and the other pharmaceutical companies out there, because she already contracted the T virus in Resident Evil 3. So somehow she had superhuman abilities to an extent, and she also came out in other games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I was really amazed when I saw that arcade game that she's in. She even had the tyrant in the game. She can summon the tyrant and fire a rocket launcher at it. And I didn't actually know that she was in a golf game. Like we love this golf game. Then ever since Resident Evil 5, she had other games that she came out, like was it in Resident Evil Revelations, which is like a prequel before Resident Evil 5. And
Mm.
she's like, yeah, her character developed through the course of the games. And like I've said, if she's going to be my waifu, she will fight all of my battles for me. So I'll just, if 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 ever there's an outbreak, then she comes out, then she reaches out for me. I will just go ahead, take my hand, and I'll I'll come with you.
Ah, you'll come with her. Okay.
Yes,
Very
not
good.
at her. Come with her, not
Oh,
at her.
okay, okay. Thank you for clarifying. And thank you for your answer. So it's like JDM's answer is like the opposite of Joe and Joel's answer, because compared to Joel's answer, the character didn't have any backstory,
Mm.
but here we have a character who has lots and lots of lore. since the series was very, very successful, fans were privileged enough to get more content, get more backstory, and even see like the more high definition versions of the character, which is nice. And compared to Jo's answer, we have here like the strong, independent woman character, and here at Timeless Gamer, we love a very what they call this diverse panel. We have here JDM, who's not afraid to say that he wants his wife to fight his battles for him, which is fine because maybe he can do something else, recon. Gather bullets,
Yeah.
gather like the items, or she can do the
Wash her
scavenging and she can
underwear.
do the fighting.
Well, the thing about
Okay,
JDM
yeah.
is that
Dishes.
knowing that his game is forte game being stealth games, JDM style is very much sneak around and do reconnaissance and do intelligence and maybe even stab somebody in the back. So he can do that while Jill is doing the frontal attack. So
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
term
frontal attack,
for
yeah.
that?
Guns
The
blazing.
guiding
I
chair.
mean, yeah, I
Sir
mean
JDM
that
will
in
be the
both
guiding
senses of the
chair.
word, of course. JDM can
So
do
he
sneak
influenced
attacks
the
from the
guiding
back,
chair.
and Jill can do frontal attacks. So anyway, continue. I think Miss Hinu's having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to our panel. You know how our dynamics are, but that's this is our version of paddling here.
Paneling.
Sir JDM will be the guiding chair for Jill
Yes.
Valentine. Oh, Sir Dan has a comment for Sir JDM there.
Mm.
Would you like to inject her, Sir JDM? Would you like to inject Jill Valentine
Mm.
in,
Ye-
in and out and out, in out, inject?
Yeah, gotta
Mm,
plunge
mm,
that
mm.
things very deep and just
You,
push the
you know
fluid
if she
inside.
if
He's used
you
to
haven't
frontal attack.
yeah,
Okay.
if you haven't played Resident Evil 3, I don't know if you've been living under a rock. She already got tentacled. If she got
Yeah, they
tentacled in
do.
Resident Evil 3.
No, really,
That's
she did.
why she yes. We th- that's why she contracted the T virus. Then she became
Mm.
luckily someone already injected her with the cure, which
Mm.
was what's his name? Carlos. Very lucky is a
Son of a
son of a
bitch.
gun. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. um, hmm. We were skirting tentacle prawn for a moment there, but
Um,
continue.
this episode is very dangerous. We're gonna get
Yeah, I
demonetized.
know. I mean, for
So
episode 101, what can I say? We're
we're going
skirting.
places.
Starting
Yeah,
things
we're
with a
going
bang.
places.
And my
Almost approaching La Blue Girl territory. Hang
Yeah.
Yeah,
on.
that's true.
And a certain color and a certain testament kind of book with a certain color. If you put those two
Mm-mm.
together, that's gonna be
ah mm,
something way
mm,
better than the
mm.
blue.
All
Ah.
right, so we are.
I didn't complete it. I
Okay.
didn't
I
complete.
think we're at a very good spot. Shall we do round two of Guess the Waifu by Miss Hinu?
By the way, can I clarify? Am I actually included to answer this or
Oh,
not?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, you
Okay, okay.
are. It's
both for
anybody's
the panel
game.
and the audience. Yep.
Yes, both the panel and the audience have the opportunity to guess the waifu
Let's
as
go.
presented by Miss Hinu. Let's do this. All right, Joe.
Round
Uh,
two.
Da-da-dan.
All right, let's do guess the
where's that?
waifu
Where's that? There we
round
go.
two. Okay. Okay, this is kind of obvious. So,
Deal.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Deal.
We just talked about this.
No, we
Sir
just talked
JDM
about
just talked
this
about
one.
the
Okay.
sandwich.
I recognize the hips.
Mhm.
I recognize the sandwich.
The hips don't lie.
All right, we are looking
Hips
at a
don't
blue
lie.
top, a blue blouse, black skirt, and looks like a white cardigan tied around the waist. So, audience, what is the consensus? Answer.
Jill sandwich.
Jail sandwich. Okay, fine. Okay. We have the answer from Drew. Let's continue. Okay. Next screen, Joe.
That is Jill Valentine,
It is Jill
president.
Valentine. All right, let's do the next one.
Oh,
Oh, Rosetta?
the
Oh
hell is
no.
that?
Is this
I'm not
Rosetta?
familiar with this one. Huh.
I not the red thing looks like something
It looks like a
Rosetta from
ponytail with a red. How do you call that, Miss Hino? A hair tie? Hair?
A hair
I
tie.
thought it's something that you put
Rosetta
inside your.
Mio.
True.
How,
Yeah, I guess
how do
hair
you
tie like a
what like a something that you hold pigtails with? What do you call that?
yeah. A hair tie, I guess.
Yeah, okay, but it's like one of those circular plastic ones
Yeah.
that you put
Yeah,
around
like beads.
a
Yeah.
bead.
My
It looks
my
like
Sling.
first the first one that got into my head was Rosetta from Star Ocean Till the End of Time because she has something like that in her costume. But since this is a waifu episode, then Rosetta is not yet legally
Mhm,
legally aged to be a waifu. So I'm
that's
No,
true.
no,
That's
no,
thinking
no,
true.
no, 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 no. Let's not rule them out. I mean, give them a few years.
Fine,
It's
fine.
not
Oh, yeah.
it's
no.
it's not
Is
This
this
fair.
is
the
We're not
Leonardo
getting
DiCaprio?
older. We're getting older. The characters are getting older, so
No. Correction.
The age of
More
consent is
mature.
13. Come on.
More mature, Miss Hino.
The age of consent is 13. Come on.
That
you
in
are
certain
ages.
countries,
So
yes.
Who is
Okay.
in
this?
this one, he knew.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
me.
Oh,
Okay. I did they
Oh
didn't even
no!
recognize that. I thought it was
you should have
somebody's hair. There you
Good
go.
one. Good
That's a
praised the
really
camera
good.
fan
We
angle,
have
you know.
Mai
Good
Shiranui,
one.
and that it
Really?
turns out that what looked like her hair is part of her costume, if I remember correctly, right, Miss Inu?
yeah,
There
yeah.
you
Well,
go.
Good
Like
Okay.
the
good one,
Mai
sash.
well,
Hinu.
Shiranu.
That's
it would
yeah.
have been a giveaway if Miss Hinu just pictured the fan,
That's true. That's
maybe,
true.
Mm.
Yeah,
True.
it would have been a dead
No,
or the
giveaway.
waist,
actually, it would have
Or
been
the
a
or the boob,
giveaway if he pictured anything else except the balls.
Yeah,
It
that's
except the
true.
would
balls.
That's true.
My
Okay.
Noise balls. There you go.
or the
Yeah, globes, shall we say? Anyway,
or
continue.
even if
Next
the bangs
screen.
good
like
one.
that.
Good one.
Well done, Miss Inu.
This is
This
Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah, this is
Zelda.
easy. We are looking at
Zelda.
a tiara, a golden tiara
Oh,
with
it's
a
Link.
what looks like a
Really?
sapphire gem on the in the
It's
center.
Link with
Oh no,
the
shame on you guys.
female
That's
swing.
Khaleesi. That's
Mhm.
Lady Khaleesi, guys.
And
Oh,
we've got brown hair, like brown goldish hair. Okay, I think everybody knows who this one is. It is JDM. Do the honor.
That's Link wearing a disguise in Gerudo Town.
And that is
Okay.
Link in drag.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But in all seriousness, it's Princess Zelda. All right. There you go. And next one. Oh, I
Holy
can't
shit!
tell
Oh,
what
what's
this is.
this?
yellow?
What the
Uh,
hell is that?
the hell is that?
Is
I
That
that
can't even tell
Angel
yellow?
what it
Woman?
is.
Is that Cosmos?
Looks like a knee pad of
Yellow?
sorts or something.
I'm going to take a
Anyone
wild guess.
from our
This would
comments
be
who are familiar?
I will take a wild guess because I see some purple in there. I say Rose from Legend of Dragoon.
Okay,
Maybe.
Rose from Legend of
Anyone from
Dragoon.
our comment section, our viewers?
Does anybody in the viewer section in the chats want to take a hazard a guess? I can't tell. I don't know who this is.
Me
Wild
too.
guess. It's
I
is that
think
Angel?
Sir Joe got it right, maybe because it's purple, and the closest one that my brain could tell me is it's Telos or Tielos from Sinusaga, but I think I'm very wrong on this one.
Wild
For me,
guess,
it's
knowing how Miss Hino likes to throw curveballs at us. It's Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. I don't know.
what? For me, it's Angel
Well,
Woman
he is purple.
from BitMap.
All right, let's see who it is. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
From Mass
Oh,
Effect.
Alizora,
oh,
Mass
Mass Effect.
Effect.
Okay,
This
from
is a
Mass
Sir
Society.
Joel waifu, right there. That's
There
a
you
Sir
go.
Joel and a Sir Dan waifu right there.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's nice.
goodness. Okay,
Remember when remember when Dan recommended Mass Effect to Sergio, and
yes.
she was
Mm,
he was asking, are there waifus in there
there
that are
are.
worth yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
There are.
We'll
I
do the
didn't check.
last one for this segment. Let's have a quick look. For the next one,
The hell?
um,
Is that a
Sniper
huh,
Wolf.
grenade?
Oh, wait, quiet,
Sniper
Ah,
Wolf.
That's a grenade.
it's
quiet,
quiet.
quiet. MGS5.
Yes.
Metal Gear. Wyatt.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Quiet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. JDM would know. JDM would
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
And by the way, a little trivia, it's the facial
Model.
actress for it's what's her name? Stephanie Houston from she's half Japanese and half um uh Norway, Norwegian.
Norwegian. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's interesting.
That's her
Um,
face. Yeah. But not the
if I
body
get,
though.
Are
is
a
that
lot of
really her?
the characters from MGS based on real people or just some characters?
No, just just this character quiet.
Just this character. Not
The
like in
others,
Um,
Yakuza, where, most of the
Yes,
women there in the cabaret clubs are all,
yeah.
actresses. There you go. Drew is nodding his head. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
so question. So is this really what she looks like?
The face,
I mean,
yes. The
for
body,
research
no.
purposes, Sir Joe would want to know.
no,
Mhm.
no, no,
Let
no,
me
no,
type
Of
because
course
it.
we
I
don't.
mean,
Hey,
I
by
mean
the
her
way, Sir
out. I
Joe.
mean her outfit is very tactical.
Yes, it
So,
is.
Yes.
so what I'm seeing here is uh just a cloth barely holding her boobs in, and then I
Okay.
can see her underwear through that tattered
She,
leggings of hers.
I believe she's a sniper, so she doesn't really need to, walk around.
Mm.
So those puppies won't get out of the. Mm,
Mhm.
I
Actually,
think
she
she's wearing a
has
swimsuit
a
under a swimsuit rather than a bra and
yeah.
panties there. I think
Actually,
that's a swimsuit or shorts.
there's an
JDM.
Go ahead,
explanation why
Jaden.
she's wearing this outfit because um earlier in the game you will see her wearing her fatigues because she was tasked to assassinate Big Boss or Naked Snake
Right.
from Metal Gear Solid 3.
So I'm guessing
Then
this is just wash day for her.
no,
She was gonna assassinate naked boss.
she got burned earlier in the game. Then when she
And
Uh-huh.
came back in mid game, it was discovered that there was like a like operation that was did to her. She now breathes through her skin, so she need
Mm.
really,
as
Sure.
little material in her as possible so she can breathe
all right.
because
So let me
her
get this
skin is
I
straight. So
like
she got burned. She got burned. She
yeah.
doesn't look like she's burned. She got operated on. Where are the scars? And she breathes through her skin. I'd say
Yep.
just lose everything.
She
Jaw
got a
is
skin
speaking as a
graft, I
Yeah,
medical
guess.
professional here. He
if
from his
Yes.
professional assessment,
yeah
this is what he
if
recommends. Okay.
if you have
If
played the
you are
game,
breathing through your skin, I'd say just lose everything.
yeah,
And we'd like to say hi
you
to
know,
somebody in YouTube right now. Kamen Rider Offant, Count One Waifu. Hello. Thanks very much for passing
Thank you for
by. Thanks very
watching.
much for enjoying the Timeless Gamer Show. All right. All right. So that is round two of Guess the Waifu from Miss Hinu. All right. So, Miss Hinu, back to you.
Well, I only prepared 10 characters for this game because I don't know how long our runtime
Yeah,
would
no,
be. Can
that's
I have
fine.
a time
Yeah.
check?
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's good. What we are, it looks like everybody's tossed out their number one waifus right now, we might as well talk about our runner-ups.
No, I haven't talked about mine. Hey.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, go ahead. That's true. Funniest
My
thing. Okay.
episode.
Oh,
My
okay.
episode.
Sorry. You go ahead, Miss Inu. Choose your waifu. Okay.
It's the same as what Drew mentioned earlier. Or wait, was it Drew or was it Joe? The whatever game that you're playing during your childhood is gonna be your most memorable game, as well as its character. So it's gonna be a kid from Chrono
Oh,
Cross.
Chrono Cross. There you go. Ah, okay. Good choice. Good choice.
Actually, a lot of my favorite characters are friggin' blonde
Mm.
and whatever. Kid, I I really like her spunk.
Mm.
She's someone who brings life to the party. The main protagonist, Serge, is a quote unquote silent protagonist. You can really see it on his description inside the menu. And she's the one who brings in the laughter, the adventure, the risk on their whole quest. So I really like that. And she's just such a fun character. Now I do remember reading some of like the forums that other people who played the game are quite irritated with her character. Maybe she's too loud, she's too brash or the others, so they would switch her out of the party. But for me, I just really enjoy her as a character, and really, even after all these years, she's one of my favorite characters aside from, you know, Tifa. But everyone's gonna mention Tifa, so let's not talk about Tifa, even though I want to talk about Tifa. So let's go ahead and talk about Kid, because not everyone is familiar with her, and there's actually a bit of contention with regards to her character because she's loosely related to a different game, and people are contesting. Are they really connected? Maybe they're not
No,
connected. Are they?
no, they are
What's
not.
the
No,
what's the point of connecting these two characters when wherein they don't
no,
really look alike? Their
no.
personalities are
Just because they're both
very
blondes
very
doesn't
different.
necessarily mean
They're,
they're just same.
no, they're not both blonde. The other one has a different hair color from what I recall, so that's why it's more contested. So I won't spoil,
We're
even though
talking about
the game's not.
Marl from Chrono Trigger, of course.
No, no, it's not Marl. I thought it was Marl. It's actually not Marl. I'm gonna stop there.
Okay.
Uh,
There you go.
It's Frog.
But the statute of limitations already has passed. Generally, spoilers for any game is about 10 years statute of limitations. So, if you don't know a
I
spoiler from a particular game, then it's your damn fault, right?
No, I
And
just
also,
wanna respect the others
Okay,
who
fine,
haven't played the game because I also
fine,
don't want to be spoiled.
fine. Okay, we will leave it at that
I'm
then.
sorry, who was talking earlier?
I forgot what I was gonna say. So
But
just
that's all right.
continue
That's
on.
fine. If it comes back to you, you can always say it again, right? Okay. All right. So, Missino, back to you.
Okay, I have a second question for the panel actually before we go to the honorary mentions.
Mm.
This is please do not send hate to the panel. My question to the panel is who is a gaming waifu that everyone loves but you don't? And why?
Very
Do
reasonable
not
question.
send
Very reasonable
do
question.
not send hate to the panel. They're just stating their opinions.
Absolutely.
Do not bash them. I'm just
Mm.
genuinely curious. I mean, why is said character too overrated and not your type, or you know? Let's. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of time to think.
Okay, I've got one. Yeah, I've got
Okay,
yeah.
alrighty, alrighty.
In
Let's
my
start ahead with
in my
Joel.
case, I guess it would have to be Zelda from the Legend of Zelda series, because of the fact that she's oversaturated already the market. the thing about, well, I mean, I'm generalizing here, but for men in general, we kind of like the chase, the mystery, the scarcity of a resource. It kind of gives a little bit of mystique to who a person is, or it gives you impetus for a chase. The thing about Zelda is that she's been everywhere. She's been in how many games already, in how many media, and for us guys, it's like, "Ah, it's Zelda again. Oh my gosh, I mean, sure, let's do the game, let's chase her and everything, but she's not it's a complete contrast to my choice of Princess Kiri
Ah,
from Legend of Kage. She's only shown up in 2 games so far, and it's like you kind of want to look around for more of her, whereas Zelda is just like everywhere, kind of like with Princess Peach. She's kind of
yeah,
oversaturated the
the two of
market,
them, yeah.
yeah, when it comes to damsels in distress already. So in my case, it's not so much an overrating of the character as it is, siya na naman, it's her again. I mean, can't we have other options here? So that's the situation I'm at right now. That's my personal
So
opinion.
how
Mhm.
so how do you feel about the game that's now finally centered around her as the main character? If
Then
she's already saturated despite not
yeah,
being the main character.
I mean, sure, it might actually be a good game, and that personally I would say I might even give it a try. You never know. But the fact is, in terms of like as a potential waifu, she's kind of like the town bike. She's everybody's had a ride. So you know. Anyway,
I like that.
there you go. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm.
Who has an answer? Anyone from
This
our
is
panel? Who?
this is such a thin ice question, but a- anyway,
I already
I'm gonna bite.
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna bite. You're gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna go with Rani. I'm gonna go with Ronnie,
I
and
I
here's
won't
why.
bite
Here's
you.
here's why I'm going with Ronnie. Here's why I'm going with Ronnie. She went and oh, anyway, this is just came out 2 years ago, so I cannot really go. This is spoiler territory. But basically, what she did is she's the catalyst for everything that happened in Elden Ring. She's the catalyst for everything that happened in Elden Ring, and are we allowed to say that word? Anyway, most people are actually gravitating towards Ronnie. Those I
Yep,
actually went ahead and got her ending simply because of the great sword, and I just want to really know what everybody was gravitating towards about in Elden Ring. But actually, if you really go into the lore on what actually transpired, you're just gonna be like, I felt kind of used. And this is not, yeah, you did. You basically did get used by this particular character. And as much as I want to divulge more information on this, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys that most of the ones that you would the characters that you would actually love got sacrificed before because you were following this chick, and most of the fandom of Elden Ring is really into this chick. But your bros all got
bros
yeah,
before
anyway, that's
before
it. And
farming tool.
yeah, and
and that and
for those who
that's
are
the reason why
actually
you're
yeah,
yeah, go
Why
ahead.
you're
That's the reason
why
why you are maidenless.
yes, that's the
Wait,
reason why you
Rani.
are maidenless.
Wait, Rani.
And by the way, guys, if any of you are like me, who's really who enjoys video games but are bad at playing video games, and are actually afraid of trying Elden Ring, do try the game. It's very very playable. Just don't listen to all of the people's doing all of those runs where they're challenging themselves and all of those elitists. No, go and play Elden Ring. Try to experience it for yourself using all the mechanics of the game and see for yourself why it won Game of the Year. Anyway, that's it for my
Thank
for
you.
Miss China's question. That's my answer, Rani.
No, I'm not gonna bash you because my wife number
Yeah.
one and my wife number two. None of
Yeah.
them are Rani. So
You
I
should
guess
see Joe's expression, Drew. He's judging you right now. There you
people like
Yeah,
Rani
I
because she
think
has
I
four
think
hands.
Rani's the only part of Elden Ring that Sergio would actually want to play it for.
Yeah, oh, okay,
There
okay.
there's there's tons of material of Rani out there, material. So
But
Yeah.
Shin put something up in the chat. Lady Dimitrescu, am I saying that correctly? Thick waifu from
power
Resident Evil Village, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
mommy.
It's good choice, Shin. Actually, it kind of pertains to what JDM presented earlier about there being a real life model of a Polish actress, if I remember correctly, and she doesn't have the same. She has the face, but not the same body type. Joe, just letting you know about that. Okay.
And look at the reaction from Sergio.
Kaya nga,
Like,
yun nga, he's thinking,
No, no, I'm not. I'm still thinking about what to answer.
okay. While Joe is thinking, well, I guess JDM is up as to
Go on
who your
ahead,
choice is
JDM.
of popular waifu that you kind of
I know
say not for me or can't stand.
it's not that I can't stand it. I know I'm going to get flack for this. So it's going to be Tifa Lockhart because
Oh, there you
she's
go.
like
Stop the stream. Stop the goddamn
Yeah.
stream, everyone.
Miss
Ending the
you flying
episode.
over here and flying over to Cebu and beating you up, JDM. Okay, why?
okay, go to Cebu. I'm not there
Okay,
anyway.
okay. JDM is squaring up right there.
So anyways, Jill Valentine will be fighting for me, so that's okay.
There you
And
go.
as for Tifa Lockhart, I guess the reason why she is popular is because of her image and the hype back then when Final Fantasy finally became a 3D game instead of a 2D game because um, uh, back in Resident Evil I mean Resident Final Fantasy 5, that's the last game that had the pixel images, right? So when it started to go to the 3D era, then it was the characters were fully blown out. You have the character models. Maybe it's because of the hype back then when Lara Croft became popular. Um,
Mm.
the character got became sexualized, and there's a lot of 90s kids, teens back there, back then, and them they didn't really see the character as for what she is in the story. It was all of the image that she portrayed. Although we had a picture last year, if Sergio could help me, I had a picture with a photo op with Tifa Lockhart. Let me show that from last year. Here you go. We're doing the rock and roll.
Show and tell.
Yes, it's the
No,
only
that is
flex
show
that
and
I
tell
have.
right there. That is the show and tell.
Yes.
That
We did
is the
other
show and
poses, but
tell.
Ah.
I'll just leave
Not
Okay.
safe for work.
it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I get Sir JDM why she hated that everybody is gravitating towards Tifa because Sir JDM wants Tifa for himself.
Ah.
Okay,
You see, you saw his picture. You're just like,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Now, Joe, have you decided who is your waifu that is not for you?
Sir,
Quite.
Uh,
right now?
Not
Okay.
necessarily not for me.
Mm,
Not this is not necessarily like I get it. Everybody likes this girl, and I do too to a certain extent. But given with what we have in comparison, Tifa, I'm going with Tifa on this one as well. And Sir JDM is right. Back in the '90s, a lot of horny teenagers back then, and it's just sad to say that when you mention Tifa, the first thing that comes to mind is her body, really. And I'm like,
mm,
she's more than that though. But unfortunately, because sex sells, um, Square knew what they were doing. Okay, Square knew what they were doing. And so unless you really play the game, of course, she will entice you. Yes, for sure. But the more you play the game, the more you get to know her. But even though, even if you get to know her, the first thing that will come to your mind still is the boobs in the house. Really, but let's not pretend, people. Come on, let's be real, okay? And, and this is just a personal bias, okay? So it's between, and I said this before in our group chat. We're not going to be mentioning Aries or Tifa, but of course, since we're going there anyway, it's just my bias, okay? Between Tifa and Aries, I have more chance getting with Aries than Tifa. Say what you will about what will happen with Aries, okay? Because um because with Aries, when you first meet her, and even more so during in the Final Fantasy VII
Yes,
remake.
the remake, definitely love that part.
Um, oh my God! I mean, there was this scene here. There was a scene there. Uh, so there are two scenes on the remake that really captivated me. That drove me more to Ares even more than Tifa.
I know that.
When Cloud and Ares first met, I mean, kudos to Square Enix making that so romantic. Okay,
Yeah, it
and
made you feel.
it made you feel right. I
It
mean,
made you
say what you will
feel.
about the blocky, because the PS1 is so blocky, right?
Mm,
It's just in your imagination. But looking at them in high def, like their first, like the facial expressions and the music, the background music with Aries team is playing there. It's so romantic. And and the other scene is the uh during the was that a hallucination, or was it just Aries talking on the garden, and she said to Cloud,
Ah, mm,
"Whatever you
I
do,
remember that.
you can't fall in love with me." And I'm like, "Girl, too late. You're making it. You're
that's
making it
when she
hard for
said that. That's
everyone."
Making
the
it
point of no
harder.
return. That's the
No,
point
I
of no
mean
return.
that. I mean, for all of us who knew these characters, it's like she's saying it to us. You're like, girl, it's
Mm,
been 20
mm.
years since the first game, and you're gonna say that to us.
and
Nope,
now you're gonna.
And
nope.
here's the thing about Tifa and Aerith. Aries is the feels. Tifa
She's the
is the,
mm,
what do you call this? Is the cheerleader. She's the one who's there for eye candy. Aries
mhm.
made you feel. And up to the point of end of this one is, and you're like, what the, that's why so many people got crushed during the OG Final Fantasy 7. And with the remake, you're like, oh shoot, here we go again. But
In
Here we
HD.
go again.
yeah, here we
in
go again. And
4K.
yeah, but if you want to
You're
fall
gonna
in
watch
love,
her die in
you
4K.
if you want to fall in love, you're gonna go with Aries. But if you want to just have this physical thing you're trying to have a fantasy about, it's gonna be Tifa. But if you're gonna want
If you
to have the feels,
if
it's
you,
gonna be
so what Sir
Aries.
Drew is saying, if you want to be horny, go with
Yeah.
Tifa. If you want to be
Yep.
happy, go with
Go with
Aries.
So,
Aries.
okay,
Okay.
technically speaking, Tifa is the one you play with, but Eris is the one you take home to mommy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
it's
And
basically it's that.
To show mommy. To show mama.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, see.
another addition to my bias. Though. Another addition to my bias. It's like between Aries and Tifa, with my personality and with my quirks, I think Aries will find me more endearing rather than Tifa would buy me. Okay, Aries will just laugh at my stupid jokes, and that would mean the world to me. Actually, I mean, like I said, I think I got a better chance with Aries than Tifa. I mean, like, okay, so let's just say, so like I'm doing Aries right from behind, but I have Tifa's face stapled in back of her head. Why won't you look at me during? Oh no, girl, you know what this is. We're a family show.
We're a family
Moving
show.
on.
Okay.
Moving
Speaking
on.
of a family show, we have a comment here from RayQ09 in Twitch saying that
Mhm.
Tifa made me feel something in the lower regions.
Mhm. All
Oh,
right,
see,
moving
no,
on.
no, no.
Let
With seriousness. So with all
mm,
seriousness, that's what I'm talking about.
mm.
Say Tifa, and we will get lewd comments just like that, like 95% of the time.
I mean, it's
And
true.
this is why, and this is why, uh, with Tifa's popularity, with all due respect to Tifa, okay, and the Tifa fans out there, okay,
Me.
Hmm?
I mean, if that's the only thing that's going on for her, then
Yeah, true, true,
Eh,
true.
if
Well,
that's
well,
and
the only thing that you have going on for you,
Freaking
okay,
let me
good luck to
speak
actually,
you then.
now. You
he-
let me speak.
well, okay, yes. Let's let
Indefense
the
of
one who
Tifa,
posed
go.
the question have a turn. Okay.
As
hey,
the woman here in the podcast,
hey, you set yourself up for this question.
I will not tolerate Tifa bashing.
okay,
No, but
fine,
you're right.
fine. Hmm.
You're right. It's like
Oh,
sex
speaking of Tifa
sells
bashing, another one
and
here.
the
Over says I
of
can
course
defend you.
the
I can
eye
defend you on this one.
candy.
Oh yeah, she just.
I can
It looks
attest to
like
this one.
somebody was so outraged that he decided to come up onto the panel just to help Miss Hina. Okay,
Hang
yeah.
on, hang on. I do agree with you
Let's
guys
just
that
go ahead.
back in the 90s, uh, what our initial thought when you see Aries is gonna be like the demure, the shy, flower girl, and then we have Tifa, the seductive brawler. But then, so that was my mindset. I never finished the game when I was a kid, but then when I replayed it 2018, 2017, when I finally finished the original game, I was so shocked that my preconceived notions were actually the opposite. Aries was actually the fiery one who can talk back and be sassy with other people. She's the one who grew up in the slums. She's the fire one. She's the spitfire who will take no for an answer. So, and then when I saw Tifa, I then realized that she's actually the shy, demure one who doesn't really speak out her mind. Despite being a brawler, she's not really someone who is very proactive when it comes to talking with other people. So I was like, I was really taken aback when I realized that. And then that made me love her as a character because I finally I'm not of course the guys would see her as like eye candy. And then for me, because of the body and shit, and I was like, I wonder. To me, I was like, oh, she has a pretty face. I like her. And then when I found out about, the whatever backstory and other shit, she became ultimately my favorite character. And I do agree with you guys. It's kind of sad that when we talk about Chifa, the first thing that we're gonna think about is, the stuff like the Italian Senate and the waifu wars starting from the 90s up till now. It's still ongoing. It's like an Evangelion, the waifu wars, and
Well,
I I, I,
well,
I just was
as Sir
I,
Joe
I can
said,
help
let them
defend you.
fight.
I can
We're
help
here.
defend.
We're here to appreciate all of them. They're the only ones fighting. I'm like, hey, just
Yeah.
keep him coming, keep him coming. I'm gonna be watching.
the
Right.
remake
So
really made Airi so grounded and realistic. So I love them both. And Yuffie. Okay, go ahead, Shin.
yeah, all right, sis, let me defend you in regards to Tifa. You see, the reason why Tifa has a much more better quality than Aerith is because of the fact that, like, after Aerith's death, she's the one who has to fill up the void, not just for everybody, but for Cloud. Because we know that, like, from the whole beginning, she was that childhood friend. That was just her role, right? But right after Aerith's death, and then Cloud getting into a bit of that state after being overexposed to Mako, it was Tifa that basically tried to play the role of, like, I'm going to protect you this time. I'm going to do all these things, and at the same time, I know that you actually have more, like, everyone, and I mean everyone, leans on to Cloud pretty much like going to Aerith, despite the fact that, like, with the whole Zack and Aerith thing going on, Tifa still stood next to Cloud, even though she knows
Zeri.
that, like, not only is she actually filling up a void, she's basically stepping on Aerith's shadow this time. She can never be Aerith. She knows that. But at least with her fist, she knows that she could at least try to do something and pave a path in which Cloud would probably give her a bit of a chance or somewhat of a role that is similar to what she sees that, like, Cloud put Aerith as in a pedestal with. Um, Advent Children is also a good example of that. Like, you never really see her as sexy or anything like that in regards to Advent Children, and she was rather more
Yeah.
conservative in that movie. But you can tell that, like, she matured from a character that was, like, a brawler type, with the whole thing in the game, into a motherly type. That just, like, if Cloud and Tifa were married couples, Tifa was like this really long, patient wife that would probably just give you a bit of a hint of how much you've been, like, dilly dallying. That's the reason why she was like Zota Zura 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 Zota Zura Zura.
Ziri,
She's like
ziri, ziri, ziri.
making fun of Cloud during Advent Children. But you know what she's trying to point out is that, like, you're pretty much just running away from your problems. Why don't you just face it? Because we're all here for you. So she's the only one who's patient enough to really get around Cloud Psyche. Whereas, like, everybody, and I mean everybody except maybe for Aries, pretty much gave Cloud, like, the face value. Okay, this is Cloud. This is how he is. He just doesn't talk. He doesn't open up. Let's go. That's it. We'll just continue treating him like the way we want to treat him, but we'll just understand his attitude. Whereas, like, Tifa understand him, but still tries to pierce through that exterior that he created through all of the years that
There's a
they
perfect
grew up.
meme for
'Cause
that. I'm gonna look for it. There's a perfect meme for that.
So
there you go.
in a
So
way, actually, Shin is saying that with Eris being gone, Tifa
yeah,
offered to Cloud to was is basically offering to Cloud to help fill her void. Uh, offering her void to help Cloud to make Cloud fill it, and with her fist. Anyway, back to
Oh,
you, Shin. Sorry.
And
basically,
Yeah,
it's like, I
fist.
know you like it,
Yes.
but I will
Let's not
be that
forget about the
fighter.
fisting. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do.
Sorry,
I will
I just
become
had
the
to put
waifu
that in there.
fighter.
Yeah, go ahead,
anyway,
Shin.
Uh,
Yeah, I would like to put that
remember,
fist in
it's
here.
like, if it was Steve, if Eric was that good, how come she never even end up in our guys?
Mm, there you go.
anyway, anyway,
Was there?
anyway, why
She was
did
there
why did
in
Ares
cameo.
have to die for Tifa to actually shine? for her character to shine, Aries
We
actually
have
has to die. Anyway, I'm not actually an Aries super fan. I'm just asking this because of what Mommy Chu said, and since he presented Tifa as somebody who's filling the void, and
Mhm.
here's the thing: Square Enix knew what they are doing with Tifa because after Final Fantasy VII, what did they do with her face? They place it on a slimmer version. They place it on Rinoa. After that game, they
yes.
made her a
Garnet,
chibi version into
She became the
Garnet.
standard. Yeah,
the
See,
she
Final
became the
Fantasy
standard.
haircut.
see. So they knew that they did something right in the physicality,
Yeah.
in the face, in the so they only changed it a bit with Yuna, only a bit. There's still the curvature on the face is still there. There's traces of Tiffany's on there, but
Yeah.
they change it enough to make her a little bit more different, as a little
Oh
bit
shit! I
more.
forgot about Lulu. Holy shit! I forgot about Lulu.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, how
Lulu's
could you
not.
forget about Lulu, the mama waifu?
Lulu's
Yeah, the mama waifu.
Jo, I sent a meme. Can you share it on our screen?
Okay. Let's have a look.
where is
While
that?
we're looking for that, just to answer Kuya's question, Aerith is pretty much more like it's not just to affect Tifa and Cloud. Aerith is pretty much a plot device. She's more than just a character. She is the plot device. So, in order for the story to move forward, she has to die.
Mhm.
You know, if she doesn't die, it's just going to be a complete wild goose chase between them and Sephiroth. They need to have
JDM,
a reason
you have to
to
present
actually,
the
like, have that moment and at the same time try to actually go after Sephiroth. Besides the fact that, like, oh no, he's gonna destroy the planet. You know, it's
yeah.
like you have to
Again,
JDM,
he
give
you have
just
them
to
from the
present
one
planet.
the
extra try.
gift. The
We need to find the black chocobo. But,
Oh
you know,
god, that
Sephiroth can
scene.
wait.
Mm,
There you
mhm.
go. That's the meme that I
oh my
remembered when
goodness.
Shin was talking.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mako, the over exposure of Mako and Cloud just being in Lululand.
Let's get you to bed. It's like the OK Grandma meme.
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah,
And Sir Dan says, "Holy shit! I forgot about Lulu.
Choo
Yep,
I
choo.
forgot about
Lulu.
Lulu as
how
well."
could you guys forget
Mm,
about the woman who holds a Mogu so damn well?
right. Oh, speaking of Sir Dan, okay, let's do Sir Dan's choices as well.
Nice. Go ahead.
Oh,
Let's do Sir Dan.
Oh, volume.
Can't hear.
Sound seems to have a little bit of an issue.
Hello, Timeless Gamer crew. We're talking waifus or waifus, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, my choice for top waifu is from the Tales of series, and it's Velvet Crow. Now, I'm not really somebody who I like to look at a nice sprite and that, but I don't really get hot for sprites. You know, to me, I like reality more than virtuality. It's nice to have something nice to look at, but on the flip side of that, there's also not that much there that actually fires me up. But definitely, Velvet, I will confess, her tits and ass were great to look at. You know, playing through Tales of Berseria, it were a lot of the time I found my eyes drifting to a butt or a tits, depending how the shot was laid up. But there is more to it. That one of the things I like. One of the reasons I like her is there's far more to it than just tits and ass. I think I love the fact that she's just a bloodthirsty kind of evil, not evil, but nasty woman hell bent on revenge. You know what I mean? I love Tales of Berseria for that reason. Anyway, I love a good revenge story, and I like that that you play the bad guys. You know, I get so sick of playing, you know, friends team up to save the world. You know, start all that. Let's just kill people. Let's just murder bad people, and that's what this is. And Velvet is she just plays that role brilliantly. You know what I mean? She's so relentless with that pursuit, and you know what I mean, whatever's going off, she's continually on the ball with it. Don't matter what else happens, so long as we kill these people we're going to kill. And it's just really endearing. It's a really charming quality that I like in her. So she's definitely, you know, you throw the tits and ass on top of that in there, that's great. I guess from a sexual point of view, she's got a really, really big demon hand, so that's big enough to hold my penis. So she's got that going for her as well. So yeah, she'd be my top pick. Well, I will definitely have to throw in Tyrus Flare from the Golden Axe series. Now, to contradict myself slightly, even though you know, like I say, most virtual characters don't really get me going sexually. I'm not gonna lie. When I play Golden Axe as a very young teenager, I just kind of like hit puberty, and my hormones were raging, absolutely raging, and I used to pause it on Tyrus Flare's bum all the time, and she's the only virtual character that I've ever not won out over. She was like, I just remember looking at that ass and thinking, I just want that ass so bad. I just want, you know, I want to go out, and there were a girl who actually used to come around and play Golden Axe and play Sonic and all those games with us, and she got an ass pretty similar to that, so it kind of tied in with that, and it was just good. I mean, Tyrus is she's got a very shapely figure anyway, so that always endeared to me. So and she's got a good little backstory. I mean, we're talking an arcade beat 'em up here, so we're not really getting into much depth. She obviously does appear in Beast Rider 2, and she looks pretty damn fine in Beast Rider. So you know, being a lost princess is always a great little backstory. So Tyrus is definitely up there. And another mention would be Anastasia Palmer from Sakura Wars. Again, she's just got massive tits, and she's got a bit of an attitude about her, so I quite like that about her. And she's also, I don't spoilers here, but she turns out to be a bit of a bad guy, a repentant bad guy. So that kind of adds a bit of depth to her character as well. I'll also chuck a few extra names out there. Triss Merigold of the Witcher series. I always like redheads. Mrs. is a redhead, and when I met her, she was a proper redhead. You know, her hair's gone a little bit like that. But I've always had a thing for redheads. I really, really have. I've been out with a lot of redheads in my time, and there's just something a bit electric about them. And Triss is a very submissive, very doting redhead, which is what I like. I like my women to worship me and to do what I say, and to make me feel like a king. And she kind of does that with Geralt a bit. Geralt has this love affair going off between Yennefer and Triss. And I have not got any idea why I would put up with Yennefer for 1 second. She just wants to slap. She's just one annoying, bossy, just shut up Yennefer. And she's but Triss is more caring, more motherly, more warm, and bigger tits again, which is always the main thing, really, isn't it? So yeah, we'll throw Triss in there. I think another one that I've got to throw in there as well is Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins. Basically, because I mean, she looks good, and she wears this kind of funky outfit, and she's a really well written character. She's a really cool character she's a bit like Velvet in that she's got this kind of good bad thing going off. You don't know whether she's gonna flip to the dark side at any minute, but she's voiced by Claudia Black. And oh man, that voice is nice. You know what I mean? It's really nice. And Claudia also, she just puts in a great performance. You know what I mean? She really captures like a state of powerful vulnerability, really. You know what I mean? Because she's this witch who can kick ass, and who's again, another spoiler alert, but whose mum's a demigod, and she's having her body trained up as a vessel to become this demigod or to accept this demigod. So she's this powerful beast, but she's like got a almost childlike naivety to her. And when you get to know her, she genuinely falls in love. You know what I mean? Even though she never loses sight of the fact that power rules all. You know what I mean? So it's a great portrayal, great writing. BioWare, I think they've gone downhill a lot in recent years myself, but Pete BioWare back in the late 90s and the noughties was just incredible, and Morrigan's definitely part of that. And to throw in one which I feel obliged to throw in, but I think she deserves a mention anyway, and that's Alice Brannigan from Phantasy Star 4. She's not anything that I find particularly attractive per se, but I just love the character. I love how badass she is. She does not take 1 ounce of shit at all from anyone. And when they try to sexualize her by giving her measurements out, she punches the guy who tries to do that straight in the face. She's she's a badass mofo. So as far as characters I've got respect and admiration for, Alice is well up there with the best of them. So they're my picks really. They're all, like I say, they've all got their attractive qualities in some way or other. I'm surprised actually I've not picked any blondes, because after redheads I normally go for blondes, not brunettes. But again, like I say, most of this being sexually attracted to a sprite is not an easy thing. Like I say, only really in my peak pubic years that lust overpowered me. But they're all girls which I would suggest you all research if you get a chance. So enjoy your knocking out, boys and girls. Obviously, I'm sure the ladies of the show have some waifu hunks to share with us. And keep gaming timeless.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Dan. So, any comments with his selection?
I was very much expecting his choices to, we know Dan to be a huge fan of the Golden Axe series and the Phantasy Star series. So yeah, I expected his choices. I did not expect the level of detail that he was going to describe his choices to, in terms of how what parts he finds attractive of them. But kudos to Dan for being very honest
Massive
about it.
tits.
Very good.
That's all I heard from him. Everyone has massive tits. That's all I got from him.
I'm very glad that Dan is honest about his about the things that make a waifu for him. It's a good thing. I like his raw honesty on it. I tend to be a little bit obtuse about why I choose my choices, but and that's the one thing about Timeless Gamers. We have a very diverse cast of characters. We're coming from very different directions, and it's a good thing. Yes, Joe, you were about to say.
I know. So he did mention Velvet Crow, Lady Tyrese, Anastasia Palma, Tris Marigold, Morrigan. Not to be confused with Morrigan from the Darkstalkers. It's Morrigan from Dragon Age Inquisition, and Alice from from Phantasy Star 4.
Phantasy Star 4.
So since we got Shin here with us now, bro, who is your favorite waifu? Top one.
Yeah, it's not fair that you don't toss in your choice.
It has to be Sakura from Street Fighter.
Sakura from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. She's always
Elaborate.
been my wife
How old is she?
So, okay, now let's before we get to that, right?
Okay.
Remember when Street Fighter Alpha 2 came out, and that's when Sakura came out. And as a fighting game player, I tend to love fighting games. So when I actually saw a character in a schoolgirl outfit, I was completely curious. And then after that, I was like, oh, she's like a watered down, weird version of Ryu. So I started playing her, and then next thing you know, one thing led to another. It's just like she's my preferred character to actually use as a main. And then as years go by, and then I would say that there's any qualities that I would say most of the waifus that I actually pick tend to actually have the same traits or tropes that Sakura would have, and that would be like the tomboyish ish kind of like character. Hence, why in Tekken I tend to play with Asuka Kazama. So yeah, she's pretty much like the basis. And this is around the time like back in high school when you're like this little schoolboy who goes to Mega Mall, and then you find Street Fighter Alpha 2, and you're just like, I'm gonna main that character right there. And then hey, when she does her forward run house, you see her bloomers slash underwear, so you're like,
Yeah, let's see that. The
Yeah, my
boomers,
goodness.
the boomers, you say. I think I got something for you. Those are the boomers right there. Yep.
Hey,
yeah, those
all
bloomers
right.
right there. Yeah. Well, though that's not like one of her signature moves, but if you actually play, you know how back in the days people are all like, when you actually play Street Fighter, you do Chun-Li's whirlwind kick. Everybody's trying to pause at that exact moment. It's like when you see it's exact moment right there, you can see her underwear. With
Yeah, I'm
Sakura,
pausing
you're
right
just
now.
like if you hold forward with a roundhouse kick, she does like this overhead kick, and then you're just like, wait a bit, and then you pause, and then like, God damn it, there goes my wife. And then, hi, mega love shout out to my wife right there. Hi, hon. Now she's gonna look for the bloomers. But yes, pretty much, yeah, that's the bloomers we're talking about. Some people say it's underwear. I also know that's actually a bloomers, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, depends on which Rule 34 you're looking at.
Somebody finally said that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gentlemen, Kuya Drew. We're gentlemen.
I'm Rule 34ing right now.
My
Yeah,
goodness.
you are.
Oh my
Off
God.
screen anyway. Okay.
We're a
Um,
family show, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's
For
not
those
forget,
out, for those
as
all of you
as
out
as we
there.
keep saying,
For,
families also include the adults in the family. There
ju-
you go. Anyway,
yeah, just
back
just
to you, Shin.
just to let all of our audiences know here, if you are interested, just type the name of your waifu in Google and type R34 next. Enjoy.
Tips from Shin. There you go. That is going to be
Now you
a
might
regular
actually
part of
go
the
to
show
two
now.
different kinds of R34 site. It's up to you, but some of them have some filters and some of them have some restrictions, so it's up to you.
by the way, since we're talking about family friendly, I would just like
Yes.
to. I don't know what kind of dad I'm actually am, but my son actually from time to time would tell me, there's an R34 of that something something, and I'm just like,
I'm dreading the
okay, you're
day
a
that
guy.
I will have
Go
to deal
ahead.
with that, Kuya.
Go ahead. I don't know. Maybe it's the age we live in, but my kids are well, my son's 16, my daughter's of age, so I'm not really that strict when it comes to these things. I actually want them to be open with these things because
Yes.
um we're in an age where every information is at the tip of our fingertips, and for your children to be able to open up to you regarding these things that they are actually enjoying or and you
But
have an
Kuya,
input
I'm
on
dreading for
those.
that day.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
ready
Mhm.
for
I'm not.
that day that you're dealing with right now. It's like you just said, like your son is. So I have 9 years left before he starts telling me that there's an R34 of this character I'm looking at on YouTube.
Well,
I will be waiting the time. And I would say, oh, you think that's a oh, you think you found a good Rule 34 of that one? Ha, joke's on you.
I have
I
to deal with
drew
this
that one.
SCP right now.
I drew that one.
Imagine the
Okay.
R34.
I was the one who drew that Rule 34. And you know what? I can do something better.
Mhm.
any, anyway,
Don't
anyway,
even get me to that point.
yeah.
You're
Anyway,
about to say,
guys,
Drew. Go ahead.
for
Wait, like
all of the
let's just say
listeners,
my
all
son once
the
actually caught my tablet, and like I was literally drawing and I didn't know that he was right behind, and he literally asked me, why is it that big? What are you doing?
Well, that's because
Why is it that big? Because we won't get paid if it's not that big.
I know my son is watching right now, son. Just we'll talk in many years later, son.
Sonny
let's put
boy,
it this let's
let's
put it
put it
this way,
this way.
kid. Yeah, let's put it this way, kid. Different people have different shapes. Some shapes make more money than others. There you go. Anyway.
I would say you won't eat dinner tonight if these boobs
If
ain't that big.
you won't get your
We
McDonald's
need
if
them
Papa
big
didn't
and
do
we
these
need them
things,
plump.
okay?
Okay, we won't be eating for the next week. We will be living
Yeah,
in the street. We need them big.
yeah. You see this, son? This takes you to college.
Mm.
You have to
This
work
here,
with your
this
hand.
here, this here will send you to college. Okay,
I'm taking you to Ateneo with these huge knockers, all right?
Yeah.
all right.
You
My
have,
goodness. I mean, heck, it brings in the money. What can I say?
yeah,
That's
it
how it
does.
goes.
Yes,
For
Indeed.
you to get your A plus, we need double D. Okay,
Drew has
Your
Miss
something to say.
Pino.
Go ahead,
All
Drew.
right, Miss
my
Pino.
my
Okay,
D plus are responsible for your A's, okay?
anyway, all of this, if we don't enjoy
Yeah,
the S side of things, if we don't enjoy this, mankind would cease to exist. And
Absolutely.
anyway,
oh yeah, I agree.
the more open we are with our children in regards to this, the moment they ask you, maybe around the 11, 12 age, somewhat right around
Mhm.
that, it's I'm not saying you should do this. I'm not saying the future parents should do this, but I would think, I would feel that it would be much more wholesome, much better if it's gonna come from you than them finding about things from the perspective of their friends with stories that they made up. Just be open
I
with the
would
kids.
say, I believe the children are our future.
Oh my
Oh,
Teach
goodness.
them,
Teach them
let
well and let
them
them lead the
lead
way,
the
right?
way.
lead the way.
Right?
Show them all the
Show them
beauty
all
going
the
on
beauty that
inside.
We
Give them
Oh
a
possess
my
taste of the
goodness.
life to make it
Yeah,
inside.
easier.
that's
And with
you know
that,
that's
let's
what he
toss it back to
decided
our
long
show
ago.
captain, Miss Hinu. Miss Hinu, guide us home.
Yes, please.
Up, eyes. Well,
I think she's mute.
your
The second
She's mute.
question again for Shin. What was that? Which waifu is loved by everyone, but you don't really care for that
particularly care
waifu?
for. Yeah.
Yep,
It has
really
to
cool.
be. It has to be Chun Li
Okay.
from
No.
Street Fighter.
Chun-Li? Who?
Yeah.
Chun-Li?
No, I'm okay. Okay, Kuya Drew.
Ah,
Let me
I
explain.
need to
Okay,
hear
let me
this one.
explain. Okay.
Okay, give him.
Um. Okay. The reason why I don't like Chun Li was because of the fact that even back in the day, she was my gateway waifu, right? She was a gateway waifu. But the problem was is that like she makes herself way too completely ambiguous that you're not even really sure if like if she's really the type who would actually get a guy, because come on, let's face it, when you finish her stage in Street Fighter, she was beating up some guy who's trying to actually hit on her, right? The other one was like, I'm gonna be a normal girl, and throws off her costume and then like dress up like in this outfit, and the next thing you know is beating up some guy. um in each and every iterations of Chun Li, it always seems like she's so focused on revenge and justice against Shadaloo. And now that like you have Street Fighter 6, you end up having like this kid that she found in Street Fighter 5, and now like treating her like her own daughter slash little sister thingamajig. You still have this image of her that like I'm not looking for anyone kind of thing, and she never really puts herself in that kind of situation, whereas like for instance like Cammy might not actually hint it, but come on, let's face it, there is really that little bit of a sexy type in her. Jury, which is the anti Chun-Li type of character, she is completely the complete opposite of Chun-Li. If Chun-Li doesn't even like show her butt, here's like Jury literally like showing more than just her butt. She's literally showing her feet. I'm looking at your feet, guys. I know what you're doing. So like Julie is like that one character that is going to be put on the waifus list, but you don't want to waifu her up because of the fact that she doesn't really give you. I mean, the only way that you could really really like her is that like like again, rule 34, right? So you just look at all these images and all these dojins of possibilities that she might get a little bit alluring, sexy and whatever. But other than that, like yeah, it's like people keep on telling me, dude, like she got like this new DLC outfit. Oh, look at the mods that these people did of Chun Li, and I'm like, yeah, but if I really want to actually have that outfit, I'll just put it on like either you know, well, Sakura's on legal. By the way, Sakura's of legal age now. By the way, guys, so don't at me. So I could just put it on Sakura or like maybe in Asuka
Akira.
in Tekken. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's Chun Li.
Yeah.
You
But
guys
for
can have it.
Bison, it was Tuesday. Anyway.
Yes, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
All right, Miss Hino, you have your answer from Shin. So,
Yeah.
what do we do
Thank you,
now, show
Shin.
captain?
All right, so we're nearing the end of our show. We're gonna have a lightning round. Here is when we will mention our honorable mention waifus. They didn't really make the cut for top one, so just in quick passing, mention other waifus that you have for other series that
Before we continue,
you
we
know.
have a wild Dan appearing live here. Dan Faulkner.
Hello,
A
chap.
shiny
You all right?
Pokemon that's appeared.
Yes. Dan, hello.
Hello, chaps. Just thought I'd jump on, as like I say, for a few minutes. So obviously I've caught it very late. So sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. We're just very happy that you're here. All right, so what do you got for us, Dan?
Well, obviously, you've already featured my waifus. Like I say, I'm a simple man. So simple pleasures really for me. I'd say just to add to what Shin was saying about like Chun-Li, I get where he's coming from. Chun-Li kind of wore a welcome out, didn't she? Do you know what I mean? She appeared on the scene, but then they did her to death. So I totally get where he's coming from. What I've never understood the fascination with Aerith and Tifa. Never got it.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Just never got it. I'm like, yeah. I mean, people like what they like, so if that's what they're into. But no, never understood that one. So, but there's been some great selections and some of them very unpredictable ones. So, you've kept us on his toes, gentlemen and gentle lady.
There's a debate to be held in that, but we ain't got time for that.
Miss Eileen. That's basically it for Miss Eileen, who sadly could not be here, but we would have loved to have heard her opinion as well. So Dan cannot get the fascination over of people over Eris and Tifa. Yeah, I mean, I can see that too. Like I said, Dan and I are of the mind that we kind of go off the beaten track. We kind of see the road not taken. That's kind of like our how we think. So
if you had to say to me, pick a Final Fantasy waifu, and it would 100% be Lulu, because I mean,
there you go. So you
look like a Lulu guy.
Oh yeah. That she's got that edge to her. Again, big tits. Just one of the things. And she's. I like, if you notice, all the waifus I picked, Velvet and Alice and Anastasia. The more women rather than a lot of waifus are kind of schoolgirly, and if that's your thing, that's fair enough. But I like I like a woman, someone who. So Joel said it before with girls that he's picked, that someone that looked like if you get a bit rough with him, you're not going to break him.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's exactly it. And it's also a biological drive. You have to think. Is she equipped to feed my children?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes, tomboys.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. See, there you go. To you, Miss Ino.
Alrighty. Thank you, Dan, for dropping in and giving us some of your insights. Very cultured take, by the way. Morrigan plus Lulu. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's a threesome I could definitely enjoy. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on ahead to the last part of our show for today, lightning round. So, To our panelists, please think of your honorable mentions. Who are your other waifus that didn't make the cut for top 1 or 2 and whatnot? So let's go on ahead and start with JDM. Who are your honorable mention waifu?
For me, it's going to be not sure if uh, she's a comic book character, although she is also in fighting games. And it's
It's fine,
going to be
go.
Psylocke
Psylocke. Okay, good choice.
Ah,
Good choice.
because
Mm,
Good
mm,
choice.
again
mm,
she will be able to
mm,
Joyce.
She'll be
I
able
know
to
the
defend you.
tanga.
Okay, what if you go
Yeah,
sneaking
she
around?
will be able to
She's
defend
just
me along with Jill Valentine. But the sad thing is, she's a telepath. So if
So
I'm
she can read your
thinking
thoughts. Okay.
yeah, if I am thinking something about Jill Valentine, she'll surely beat me up
Yeah,
and
she'll
go with
she'll
Jill
stab you with her
Valentine.
psychic blade. Understood. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. All
And she
right, and
even
that was
have
Ah,
JDM
so
choice.
you're gonna sight trust her all night long.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All
Um,
right, next
yeah,
person.
with Psylocke, you have
Oh, okay.
the telepath and the skills, the fighting skills.
That's true. That's true. That is very true.
all right. Thank you. Any other honorable mentions? We're just gonna do it in quick succession.
Yes. Okay.
Uh, okay, let's go on ahead with Shin. Go on ahead. Honorable waifus.
Mai
Honorable
Shiranui.
mention.
Yeah, honorable mention, Mai Shiranui, really good body, nice ass, well, nice boobies as well, nice get up. However, not really fond of her as a main character for fighting games, and at the same time, she's been chasing Andy for God knows how long, and I don't know what's wrong with her.
Yep. Andy
Next, we have
Bogart. That's true.
Joe.
That's very true.
Joe.
Well,
Honorable mentions aside from the ones that you have presented earlier.
I will go with Sarah Sensei from Trails of Cold Steel 3.
okay.
Cold Steel, period. Okay. Trails of Cold Steel, I'm going with Miss Sarah. Why? Sensei route, guys. That's the dream.
Stay around. Where's
Okay.
the six? Yep.
That's the sensei route. She might be a drunk, but that's fine. I mean, I'm expecting some wild drunken nights. Hmm. She got the
Okay,
ass
next,
booty.
go on
She
ahead.
got the ass, the tits. Go.
Yeah, and legal age, so win-win.
Legal, and she's
Let's go
legal.
on ahead to Drew. Who
Drew.
is
Okay.
your honorable mention?
Sae-chan. Sayeko Mokoda of Yakuza series. She could hold her liquor. She owns her own cabaret. She could whoop your ass. She's the complete package. Sir Dun's gonna agree with me on this one. And if you have played Yakuza 7, Yakuza 8, you would be like like Ichiban.
Her
You're gonna
dad.
be
She
you're
has
gonna
her
be
own bottle.
I mean, I would. Okay, put it at that. Okay.
anyway,
Okay, let's
that's waifu material right
Big
there.
Mama.
complete package. Let's go on ahead with Joel.
All right.
Honorary mention.
All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here because I'm gonna do it batch. All the waifables in Harvest Moon and Rune Factory because they are
Ah,
designed to be waifus. They are all designed to be choices for you to wife up and to work hard for. And once they become your wife, they are going to be part of your life. And they are all going to be helping you with your, with your farm or with your dungeon crawling and Rune Factory. So it's a little bit of a cheat for me. That is my choice for runner ups. All the potential waifus in Rune Factory and in Harvest Moon. All right,
Side right there.
yeah,
How about
there
your
you
dad?
go. It looks like Miss Hinu lost her connection, so we'll proceed. Dan, what is your runner up waifu of choice?
Yeah, I didn't pick her because I didn't want to be too cliched, but I'll have to throw her in, and that's obviously Blaze Fielding. from the
Okay.
Streets of Rage series.
Streets of Rage. All right.
She's a sexy thing. The thing that I love about Blaze is she's clearly based on I can't remember the name of the actress now. My mind's gone blank. But she's based on the actress who plays the lead role in Streets of Fire.
Okay.
Can't remember.
Now you've got me trying to think of the name. Okay.
Searching.
Yeah. Streets of Fire was an amazing movie.
What's her name now? Diane Lane. Diane Lane, that's it.
Diane Lane.
She plays Ellen Aim. And she's clearly based on, if you watch Streets of Fire, Streets of Rage and Final Fight are both based on that and films like The Warriors. But Blaze is clearly drawn from her. She's top class material.
Man, you're making me want to go 80s movie binge again. I'm thinking, Streets of Fire. I'm thinking I'm thinking that the one they carry around, that dead guy, Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Bernie's. There's One Crazy Summer. I'm thinking, and
you can never get enough 80s.
That. Yeah, Diane Lane. Yeah.
Diane Lane. Yes, there you go.
You can see
that's the red outfit right there.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's ever said. No developers have ever confirmed that, but I think anybody who
yeah, it's pretty obvious, once you have a look. All you 80s kids, toss up your favorite 80s movies in the chats later on. Okay, because I'm going to go on an 80s movies binge.
Breaking one, not to an Electric Boogaloo. Screw those. Just breaking one.
Oh yeah, and there you go. Oh my goodness, yeah, and of course, oh my goodness, Iron Eagle. If you ask me, is the better film over Top Gun? Fight me on that. All right, since Miss Hinu is unavailable for the moment, Jo, bring us home.
All right, so let's just do our quick ad breaks before hopefully Miss Hino could come back by then. Let's hear it from Streamyard and BitMap, shall we? Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamer Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history. All right. Thank you for that, sir. And we got Mincino back. So, Mincino, drive us home.
Friggin' Murphy visited again and decided to make things worse.
I
Uh,
mean, I mean, he
where,
did write
where
the
were
law.
Oh, what happened when I was away?
Oh, we did the promos for our partners, and now we are waiting for you to bring us home.
Okay. Thank you once again to our partners and to our panel for mentioning who their honorable um, mentions are for their waifus. And uh, honorable mention for me would be the same as Joel. It's gonna be Harvest Moon, Karen. Always Karen, waifu. My siblings, my cousins, everyone loves Karen. So when we play Harvest
Ah,
Moon, we
a lot of people
can't
likes
stop
Karen.
talking about Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Just Karen.
Okay.
Anyway, today has been a very cultured episode.
Aha.
We heard a lot of diverse answers from our panel, and of course, we still had the usual Discord with the panelists. Of course, when we bring up either Chrono Trigger, FF7, we're gonna have the debate and heated discussion. So again, thank you for Shin, thank you for Dan for joining us here, despite their busy schedule, and to the rest of our panel as well. Thank you for participating in today's episode. To our viewers, thank you for your inputs, for joining in our game earlier. I hope you had fun for our episode 101. And I've been your host, Atora. Go on ahead, guys.
All right, Joe.
All right. Thank
Close
you
this
for
out.
that, Miss New. We'll just do our shameless plugs before we end the show. So let's start with Bro Shin. Where can they find you?
Well, you guys can always find me here at Timeless Gamers and also going to be Juhan. If you probably drop by on my Facebook page, I guess on my profile, you guys can probably look at most of the stuff I tend to draw. Pretty much going under the shadows for now in the meantime because of certain projects, but I will definitely come back and show some more lewds whenever I have time.
All right. Thank you for that, bro. And let's go with Sir Dan. Where can they find you?
Yeah, obviously we have the Sega Mega Masters channel on YouTube that it has been in hiatus for about 6 months due to a few bits and bobs that I'm sorting out myself. But it should hopefully be back over the next month or two. So just keep coming back to Timeless Gamer in the meantime.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Dan. And how about Sir Drew? Hopefully, the wife hasn't tanned his hide. Mute. You're a mute, brother.
Oh, still on mute. There you go. Still on mute.
Okay, he's already
There you
about that. You can find me at Geek Out Gaijin both on YouTube and on Facebook, where I do my video game and toy hunts, my video game unboxings and toy reviews and other geeky stuff. Please do check those out. You could also check me out on TikTok. That's Technique, and also my personal page. You could follow at Bernal Drew for all those kalokohan reels that you may want to binge watch on. And that's it. And and every Saturdays when our schedules align, you could always find me here on Timeless Gamer whenever I am available. And that's it for my shameless plugs. And I hope to see you guys on the next one.
Thank you for that, Sir Drew. Always like to be in the next one. On the schedule, always. Sir JDM, where can they find you?
I mean, I'm imagining Sir Drew's wife, real waifu, doing this in the background, like
Yeah. Shaking her
up.
fist. Okay.
So for me, Juan De Marcos ADM of 123 Go. on Facebook and on Twitch. I currently not streaming on a regular basis, but you can find me here on the Timeless Gamer Show every Saturday, almost every Saturday. And I'm recently doing the website for the show, and I would like to extend my thanks to Sir Jomenten for hosting the website for us, and also the one man band, my music and entertainment channel.
All right, thank you for that great game. How about you, Joe? Where can I find you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Twitch, on streaming under Banyagang Native, and also on Kick under Banyagang Native. As per my usual, hashtag FUFB. Just finished Just Cause 4 on my Twitch stream recently, doing a quick run of Dakar 18 driving game where it is a grueling drive through deserts and harsh terrain, fishing games, Bass Pro Fishing and everything. Here in Timeless Gamer Show, I'm here almost every single episode. I know you guys are sick of my face, but thank you very much for patronizing the show. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. And the hostess of the mostest for tonight,
Yeah.
Miss Hino.
You guys can find me Facebook. I have a page. It's Hino Otora, and I'm also in IG Hino Otora. My YouTube is inactive, also Hino Otora, as well as my Twitter also inactive Hino Otora. But IG, and my Facebook page is where what you can find me and say hi to Lucy. She wanted to say hi since it's a waifu episode. We need some
Hi,
cat.
Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy. Grumpy kitty. Okay. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Hino. And of course, we're going to plug this one. So, so we got the Heroes Convention of the Philippines, anime cosplay and collectibles fiesta, July 15 to 21. So this will be tomorrow, which is on a Sunday up until July 21st, and it's going to be held at Robinson's Galleria South down there in Laguna, Philippines. So us there in Retromancy will be in attendance. Of course, we will be providing the free plays right there on the Anime Cosplay Collectibles Fiesta. So be sure to check our booth and play some games while you're there and enjoy all of the festivities, the collectibles that and toys that you'll find there, and cosplays, what have you. Very geeky, nerdy event right there. Heroes Convention PH, Anime Cosplay Collectibles Fiesta, Robinson's Galleria South in Laguna, July 15 to 21, 2024. There you go. And
Guys, I forgot something.
oh yeah,
It's
yes,
already
Espino.
12 o'clock midnight in the Philippines, so it's my birthday. Thank you for letting me host
Yay!
Happy
the waifu
birthday!
episode
You
on my
did not mention
birthday.
anything about that. We could have prepared something.
No, man. I'm just glad to host the waifu episode and talk about waifus because we're all cultured here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Happy
we thank
birthday,
you
Miss
for
Hino.
we thank
Thank
you
Yay!
you.
for captaining the episode, Miss Hino.
All
Okay,
right.
go on
So
ahead.
there you have it, guys. That is the show. On behalf of Sir Viraj of the Second Mega Masters, on behalf of Survey of the Studio.ph, and on behalf of Miss Eileen of Ensign Porter Gaming. Our games in our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey!
Timeless.
Timeless.
All right. Thanks very much, everybody. See you guys in the next episode. Enjoy your weekend.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And happy birthday,
Love
Weekend.
you guys.
Sergio.
Anak, I know you're watching.